Alright, what's going on YouTube? This is Nash Taters bringing you back another weekly stream. And I want to say that this week has been fairly fruitful in terms of War of Divisions. But I do have to work tomorrow and the day after. So that kind of sucks. But you do make some cash. And cash we need, right? We all need money. So just doing a little cleanup work before we kind of get into the meat of the stream. Let's see here. Let's do the friends. I think what we're gonna do is we're probably gonna do some. We're gonna do some guild wars, which we haven't done that in a long time in my streams. The last 2-3 streams, I actually haven't done any guild wars. But I have been really needing to do challenging work streams. I mean, for guild war, because I've been doing cleanup duty quite a bit actually. You know, one thing about RPGs is it's all about just clicking through screens, right? It's just clicking through menus. And that's pretty much what RPG really is. It's just micromanage. If you think about it, right? Playing RPGs essentially is just micromanagement. You're just essentially micromanaging things. So I got my laptop, I got my fiance's laptop actually running here so I can see the chat. The iPad that I was using before is completely bonkers. Now it's completely whacked. It's completely useless. So we'll wait for people to trickle in, because usually people trickle in. It takes a little time to trickle in. Let's go ahead and get my barracks. Oh, look at that. It's always nice when you walk in and then you see all this stuff. So I think my plan is I definitely want to do Agrius. This part, I wish there was an easier way to do this. I know, you know, we all wish for a lot of easier things, but I'm doing it every 4 hours. Because expanding it is really expensive. I don't understand that. But should I increase my faith? I'm thinking about increasing my faith. What do you think? What does he do in terms of why do I need him to be at 60 faith? Should I drop it to 50 faith? Is there a reason to even go high faith? Because what does he have that actually has debuffs? Maybe I'm not doing it right. Okay, let's take a look at what we're doing here. What is going on? Hello, Zen. Hello, Sun. How y'all doing tonight? How we doing tonight? Okay, so we're winning this one. Blitz, never heard of them. I mean, there's so many guilds out there. So they only have 54. They only have 27 members. And if you look at it, it's just always the same, right? It's just always the same teams. A lot of people are going with all water. Look at this. They're all going with the exact same comp. All water. It doesn't really make for interesting stream unless I'm attacking a team. But the thing is, if I attack a team and lose, it also does not make for interesting things, right? Yeah, I know, son. Like, the thing is, I have them set up at 60 faith for some weird reason. Why 60? You know, 50 is like the good mark, right? 50 is good. And so if I do 50, what do I need to be? 70 is where he needs to land debuffs. Oh, you know, just autoing that level 100. But he doesn't have anything that needs to land debuffs, though, I'm thinking. I'm just thinking on top of my head. Okay. You know what we're going to do? We're going to attack this team. Actually, we can't. That's... Okay, my team is designed to take out... Here's the problem, right? My team is designed to take out magic comps. And... Ooh, let's take a look at their leader. Is it 150? No, it's wow. They're really their leader is like their leader doesn't even have level 99 KOR Stern. Very interesting. So my comp is designed to take out magic. Okay, that's what I designed it to do. And by the way, I also switch up my defense. Yeah, I know, son. Like lower faith does give me more, less damage, but generally speaking, he probably will die to Sakura anyways. Like one hit kill, right? KOR Stern should die to one hit KO. So this is my attack team. As you can see, I'm concentrating on some. Let's take a look at my party abilities, right? We have dark attack. So I should go after dark teams. Pierce attack, slash resistance 12%. Ice, that's always very good. Magic resist 20%. Light unit magic up to 34. Light agi 4%. I still don't have it max yet. I'm very close though. Very, very close. I'm just waiting a couple more days, right? What do we got? Today is the 16th, so 4 more days. Once this weekend passes, I will go ahead and maximize it. And I'm gonna go ahead and switch it for tomorrow's Guild Wars because I got this maxed out. Look at that. That's pretty sexy. 19 agility. That's a lot of agility. 113 magic. That's pretty nice. So actually, if you think about it, I can attack any team. Let's just go ahead and fight that team, right? What do we have to lose besides embarrassing myself? Somebody already opened them up, right? Somebody already opened them up. So realistically speaking, all of their skills, the re-raises and like, what is it? The immortal. I remember I like to use the word, I remember you seeing the word guts. So his guts is already done. And re-raise is done. Yesterday I got smoked by a one level 120 Oron. Like he killed my entire team. To be fair, my team already used up all their skills, but he killed my entire team. He's gonna heal, that's fine. There's nothing I can do about that. Judgment Blade didn't work. I got good slash resistance. That should kill off big boy there. He's gonna try to re-raise. This will give me opportunity to kill the other one. Oh, she's just healing. That's fine. I can heal too. Oh, Judgment Blade, it just ain't working today, huh? Oh, we got a re-raise here. We got a re-raise, boys and girls. We got something. Not enough, though. There we go. We're using up a lot of skills in this fight. Jump on the top of your head. Decrease your healing power. There we go. Finished. That wasn't too hard, but you can tell they have really good vision cards because some of those damage weren't doing much. I always like to look at what stuff they use. I probably should have looked at it before I attacked them instead of after I attacked them. That was actually kind of stupid if you think about it. So they're using, yeah, they're actually using her as an attacker. No, it wasn't full raise. Oh yeah, it was full raise. Yeah, she got full raised. So, oh yeah, that's right. I can't look at it. So, but here's a trick. You can actually see if these cards are maxed by clicking on a party ability. And yes, they're just maxed. So their agility is 8%. Holy, this is crazy. Look at how insane this is. Light unit magic up 50%. Light unit attack resistance 20. That's crazy, man. So you can clearly tell that their Fenrir is not maxed. And he has no weapon, so he's not really doing a whole lot of damage. It's kind of surprising that they're not using the other weapon that I recommend. Okay, so now we have an option here. We got a lot of these guys. I think I'm gonna go ahead and attack this team. See if we can take them out. What's going on, Donald? How you doing? I think info on Final Fantasy comes out tomorrow sometime this week. Elements and hope units are going to be. Thank you. That's a great question, Donald. Yes, absolutely. Information will be released on the 17th of April. So it probably will be somewhere tonight in here in the States because they're like, what, 13 hours ahead of us? No, no, come on. Can we get a full raise here? Yes, full life. There we go. We got the piercing guys. It's so hard to kill Yuna. Yuna is just so obnoxiously hard to kill. That's a lot of damage, by the way. Not good enough, though. Not good enough. They only have 2 units. I have 3. So I think Tifa may be water, to be honest. That's my guess. I'm hoping Tifa is water. But they may change that simply because water is actually very strong right now. I do believe that water is actually quite strong. I think Cloud may be, like, if there's any indication how this game is designed, Cloud may be light, believe it or not, because he's a slash unit. He's a main unit. Actually, he probably is lightning. I'm thinking he's probably lightning. I'm thinking he may be lightning, right? I don't know if Cloud will be light slash because that may be too obvious. So I'm thinking maybe lightning will be my bet. I think Tifa may be. You can even argue that she may be maybe green or forest. I mean, not forest, green or earth. Just to have it balanced. She'll be fire and have a water looking LB. I agree. Light will be kind of sweet. I hope Tifa is not fire because water is so strong right now. All right, let's do a couple of these arena battles. So I've been very lost lately. I've been super lost in terms of how to approach arena since Final Fantasy X came out. So I've been really seeking out a team. And I think my best team is this team because I have good amount of damage in terms of this. I'm going with slash resistance and magic resistance, and I'm using, of course, Yuna. I enjoy this team quite a bit because it covers a big broad spectrum of things, and still I kind of go after certain comps that are maybe I'll look for fire. Like if I see like something like magic comps, usually what I go after actually. So this might be a good choice. I don't think he can kill my Yuna. He's not gonna kill my god, right? So what I want to do is I want Auguras to tank him. I want Titus to go in the middle and then Yuna to be on the side because he's gonna essentially go there and buff. This team is pretty strong though. But we're gonna attack them anyways. Because I'm crazy like that. So let's go ahead and attack this team. Mr. R, let's go ahead. You have very good power, by the way. 14, 2000. That's very nice. Yes, that sounds about right. So Cloud win, and I might just pull. I hope they don't make him win. There's no reason to make him win. I'm thinking they make him. Cloud might be lightning, is what I'm guessing. Oh man, I forgot about that. It's reversed, isn't it? I keep forgetting the way they set up is actually the reverse. So I totally screwed that up there. But it's still working out. I got the haste action going. Burst of Light, GG / bash. So that was kind of fun, right? That was pretty fun. I'm only gonna maybe do one more. I generally speaking like to finish arena before reset, and since I'm working tomorrow, I have to stay up all night. So I'll definitely do that. I think Diggs is like streaming right before server reset a lot of times. In my opinion, that's pretty hardcore. I think a lot of people do that. I've seen Murlocs do that as well. Well, I think Tifa is free, Donald. So far, the only thing they've confirmed is the fact that Cloud is in the banner. But they could surprise us with another unit out of the banner. That would be kind of nice. Essentially, that gives people 2 units to try to pull for. I only hope Cloud is there. That's my hope. That's my dream, right? Because I don't like to pull too much when there's too much going on. This composition, so okay. We established that this is the one that's facing my 3rd slot now, right? So this is their 3rd slot. So I want my Agrias to be here. So far I got it right. Yeah, so we'll attack this team. I think I'm definitely gonna go after Cloud. I really enjoy the way Cloud looks. And plus, if I'm gonna have Cloud and Rain on the same team, that will look pretty sweet. But let's think about it. After this fight, we'll take a look at the elements. What element which element do we have right now in the game that is fairly weak, comparatively speaking to others? We established that Ice is one of the harder hitting teams in the game. Definitely Dark and Light, they're already kind of well established. I'm thinking Earth is not very strong. And Wind is pretty strong. And Fire is reasonably strong now. And Water has gotten a lot stronger. So I think Earth might really need some help. Right, guys? Earth might need some help. And Wind actually may need a little bit of help, even though... Because Ice is so strong, right? We need a unit that can strongly kind of defend against Ice. And I think Dario is our only option. If I'm not mistaken, like Dario is the only one that can tank the magic aspect of Ice. But Ice has a lot of slashing units, right? Ice has tons of slashing units. Let's take a look. Slash units and magic units, if I'm not mistaken. Archery, we got archery magic here. Slash, 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 and then Auron will be right here. So Auron is slash. We have ranged. We have a physical tank. We have a quicken unit. We got these guys. And then we have magic, and then we have pierce. Of course, we also have Frevia. That's ice. And I think that's it, essentially, right? Yeah. So Ice always is very strong with the addition of Auron and Gilgamesh getting the EX treatment. And I don't know what happened to me. This week I completely forgot to farm for Gilgamesh. And I was going to EX him. Because I think he's very good. You can use him as a damage dealer, or you can use him as a support. And I think he serves his purpose well. So I think Earth is pretty weak. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think Earth is pretty weak. I've seen people speculate Yuffie, and I think another female say IB a Night Edition throw in Avalanche members as low rare units. Jesse. Arius? Okay, let's be honest. I haven't played Final Fantasy VII Remake, so I don't really know what characters are in the remake. So my understanding is they're only doing remake characters. So let's take a look at Earth. A lot of people still don't like her. She is kind of very, very niche indeed. And he needs some love. He needs some love. Hopefully EX will make him a little bit stronger. He's obviously pretty good, and she's obviously pretty good. What am I missing in Earth, right? I feel like I'm missing a lot, right? What am I missing here? Oh wait, zombie Ryu right here. I feel like am I missing more? Is this all the earth element units in this game? It doesn't seem like it's a lot. Is it me or is earth is completely being boned right here? Well, to be fair, fire has a lot of good hard hitters. He is really good in PvP. She's really good in PvP. He's not really that great in PvP. He's more really good at PvE. And then the rest of these units are mostly meh, right? Mostly meh. And then he can be, I guess, decently hitting. He's fairly bruiser-ish. So of course you have Christmas Mastery. That's actually really, really good there. So yes, fire I would say isn't as strong. I would say ice is strong. Wind is fairly strong in terms of magic anyways, because you got these trio. They're very strong in magic. Good tank. Damager. Earth is very weak. Lightning, you got a good unit, great unit here. Reasonable unit, great unit, decent tank, hard hitter, and then they're hard hitter here as well. So these are meh, kind of, sort of. Well, I guess they can be really good if you use them for PvE purposes. Watt obviously got a lot stronger with Titus. Wait, what is 9S? Do you guys know 9? Oh yeah, Winter Venera. My bad. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about Winter Venera. She's a solid tank, solid magical tank. What is 9S? Is he dark? 9S? So light, obviously, the list is really long. Look at this. Light is just so many units, so many good units. A lot of limited time units though. Limited. Right? Limited. And then you got really good base units in these games. Dark is limited. And then Dwayne is limited. And then you have these guys. Dark seems like it's all about slashing. Dark definitely needs a little bit boost. But there's Garble and there's Dark Rose. So Magical is going to get a huge boost for Dark. I'm really tempted. I have Sakura now, right? I'm really tempted to use my ticket. Hey Quack, how you doing? Oh, Light S is lightning? Really? Okay, thank you guys. So 9S is lightning. That is interesting. And 2B is wind. Really? Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. I don't look too far into things until I'm ready to discuss it. So I'm quite tempted to... I'm actually quite tempted here. I still have my selector ticket here, and I have my 600 shards. Right now, I don't really feel like I need anything special. In terms of PvP, my team is, in my opinion, fine, right? Because given the current meta shift, which is essentially a lot of water, a lot of light, I don't have too much issues countering them. Because I'm going to work on Ziza as well. I really enjoy Ziza. So I'm leaning towards Garble. And, you know, because this doesn't work, right? Because this doesn't update. It just says specifically by the 3rd. Anything after that is essentially pointless. So, realistically speaking, there's no reason for me to hoard. Because this will never get updated. Do you see what I'm saying? So, I'm predicting Cloud Light. Tifa is wind, Aries earth, Barret lightning or fire, Yuffie or Yuffie wind. If they're all end up in the game, Sephiroth dark. I didn't get Yuna, so I'm getting killed and killed. Oh, Quack, you're back? Quack, are you back playing War of the Visions? Tell me you are. You should be, right? Because you're on my friends list. Oh my god, you didn't get Yuna, huh? Yeah, Yuna is very obnoxious. Like, it's kind of like they should just rename arena battles to Yuna battle, because that's what it seems like. It's just unit on unit action. All right, let's take a look at my progress for raid. I know I put out that video earlier today, and it's been very late effort because I really was tempted not to put out any videos. But it turns out I wanted to go ahead and do it because my team is actually very good at farming. I'm at 276,000, which is by far the most I've ever done in terms of personal record. 276,000 is the most I've ever done, period, for a raid. And obviously the most I've done by Friday night stream, right? So, it's very nice to have this much metal laying around. Cloud is light fire type in the card game. Oh, I'm only doing kill battles. I stopped spinning, but I do some of the stuff. Yeah, that's cool though. That's fine. I think Ziza is awesome looking unit. She is really, really good. I think we just need the right vision card for Ziza. I think that's what we're really lacking. It's just the right vision card. So I bought everything here. Everything is bought out. I think I'm not worried about Oron, even though Oron is stupid good. It's ridiculous how good he is. He killed my entire team. That's how stupid. But to be fair, my entire team was at that moment geared towards all magic defense, right? That's the only excuse I'm gonna give myself. So I'm gonna spend here. I'm gonna buy these today. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy these. I'm gonna buy this. I'm running low on it. And honestly, these are not worth buying anymore since I have so many. Like, look, I have so many of these. Maybe Azure is worth buying, right? Because why not, right? I can buy that. So we still have about 20 something days left to farm. And as you can see, I still have 700 medals. So I only need 20 to finish my dragon. And I'll probably buy the rest to finish this. I'll probably get the Satuki to make my guy strong. I'm really leaning towards the Exorcist card since I kind of went in on the Omega card. I think these two will work very nicely, even though I don't have the first copy. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just buy like 200 of them, maybe 250, right? Yeah, seriously, I'm thinking about doing Oron too, because he's just so strong. But you know how this game is, right? Sometimes they're only strong right there and then, but then it's like boom, they get kind of weakened over time. And then I'll probably go ahead and then spend my leftovers to buy up anything that's expensive, like this guy here, that guy, and of course this guy. So I think it makes sense that way to spend your medals that way. And I think, wait a sec. I'm gonna go ahead and buy some of these snappers. Okay, so let's take a look at one more thing here, and that is the normal shop. How many hours does it take to get that 200k? I've hardly done the raid. So essentially, I get up when I play the game. I just kind of do my video I need to do for YouTube. So that takes about anywhere from hour and a half to maybe 2 hours total with editing and everything. But when I wait for it to upload and go through the checks and balances through YouTube, I just sit there and farm. And so what happens, unfortunately, you know, with raid, you can't sit there and auto, right? You can't auto anything. You have to physically click each individual fight. So I would say Wednesday, Thursday, I would say I probably like just play games and watch TV shows all day, essentially. So maybe like, I don't know, anywhere from 8 to 10 hours a day. But, you know, I'm doing other things too, you know, like if something is running, for example, if I'm auto farming normal stages to trigger raids, I will go cook, walk the dog, and, you know, do whatever it is I need to do. And then I figured out I can actually auto the raid. So I just, while I'm watching shows or something, I'll have my phone here and I'll just try to auto the stages. and not really necessarily playing. So if you're actually sitting there manualing it, which I'll say I did 25% of once I reached raid 100, I started manualing it to make sure I don't blow all of my orbs. So I say all in all, at least 20 hours. At least I'm thinking at least that much. Yeah, it's kind of a lot, right? I was actually tempted to do an episode of Friday Free Thinking today on the word addiction and just addiction in general for video games, because I tend to have that personality where I get addicted to things. It's not healthy, and I'm trying to manage it more and more. Like, I try not to get into something really deep too fast, and if I have the ability to control myself, I generally speaking try to. So right now I don't buy any of this since I spend all my gems summoning to get metal. So this is, so I think maybe I will cover that topic for a future episode somewhere along the line, if I feel like it's necessary, because I think the word addiction usually has negative connotations. And you know, I wanted to look at special shops, so I think I only have a few days left. So I think this one is a good deal, obviously, because this is literally half price. So it's 10,000 gems. This one is a good deal because for $8 you get all this stuff. That's actually really solid. Really great beginner pack, and they call it starter pack. So yeah, that's a definitely great pack. This one I'm gonna skip, even though the broadstone is essentially what you want, but for 80 bucks I'm gonna pass. I'm not really in the urge of EXing everything I have. This one I might get because of the fact that you can always use more of this, right? You can always use all of this, and then you get 5,000 paid. This one I'm not really a huge fan of, obviously, because I don't really care about these things, to be honest, but I care about the fact that 37 bucks gets you 5,000 paid. This one I would love to have because I really want to get some of my espers to max. So this one I might pick up too. And then for $5, this one is pretty good too, I think. And then this one, I'm not gonna buy this. I don't think the broadstone stuff I'm gonna buy. So I think obviously you can see the EX packs is where the spenders and the krakens are really gonna be like. I mean, I face so many 3 level 120s, and that's gonna be the imbalance, so to speak, right now. Even like light spinners such as myself, I still have a hard time fighting off those triple level 120s. But once you get there, though, you should be able to take them out. Do special shop reset? Yes, they do. But these things are on sale, so they'll go away. And then these are monthly, so they'll reset every month. I know, right, son? But here's the thing, right, son? If they're here every single week, then the gap between heavy spinners and light spinners are going to be miles apart. And I don't know if the game wants that, you know. I agree. The 200 anniversary token bundle and then the 30-day anniversary pack, those value are very good. Like, even if you never spin and you want to support the company just with a few bucks, those two packs that Donald mentioned are excellent packs to be purchasing in terms of So before we go any further, I'm going to go ahead and set this up for levels. And this is kind of currently what I got going on, right? I wanted to do this on the show and tell, but I don't think I've gone over everything. But I want to get Gilgamesh up because I really enjoy him. He's actually going to be very good even at level 115 because you want him for the Kotetsu debuff of the re-raise, and you want him to debuff slash resistance on the slash team. He works crazy good. Just imagine him, Auron, and homeboy here. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, even this combo is so potent, right, against casters, because she's a magical tank essentially. And man, I'm telling you, if these two guys get in there, he can get a Kotetsu off, and then she follows up with a taunting blade. It's game over, man. I'm okay with just having these two and not having Auron. Like, sometimes I think about it. Should I have gotten Auron? Maybe I probably should have. And you know, I still got 20 days to think about Oron, right? Because I got the medals to instantly maximize them if I wanted to. And if I'm going to be purchasing those packs before the expiration date, that should give me more medals and the ability or try to get him. But I think I am going to pass because I think it's overkill. Like, where am I going to ever need to have that many slashing units? Am I right? Because I still want to play with her. I've been ignoring her so much. Like, I do like her. She can do a lot of damage. Somebody pointed out to me the fact that if you give her heavy hitting weapons, she can take out units. She can do like 5k damage from a distance. And that's insane. That's insane damage. Hey, what's going on, Ben? How you doing tonight? Yeah, exactly. Right now, Quag, like the triple full 120s are very hard to kill. Very hard to kill. Until the game catches up to that point, like we'll get 9S, we'll get Dark Helena. So Dark Helena will probably be a good mix up into the meta shift, right? Hey Bobo, how you doing? Yeah, I think you're right, Quag. I didn't want to get Oron. Just, I mean, he looks really cool. He's very tempting. But, you know, if I was to go with a slash unit, maybe when Laswell gets the 120 treatment, I'll give him a lot of love. I'd still like Laswell. I love purple. Like, purple is one of my favorite colors. It, you know, is very regal, very... oh, by the way, also, like, my favorite cartoon, the Transformers, the bad guys are all purple, right? They're all... I just love the color purple, so I think he fits nicely for me. So that's my goal here, is to get him to EX, maybe just 115 for a little bit. And then I'm thinking Final Fantasy Tactics is coming back very soon. I keep saying this. I'm thinking by summer, Final Fantasy Tactics Part 3 is coming. And then we have the opportunity to get all of these folks to EX. And that's what I want. I want to get Agrias. And then we're going to see we're going to see a lot of good arena combat situations. And then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm leaning towards Ziza. I really am, because I really enjoy the way she's a monk, so I'm gonna do her. I'm definitely gonna build her. And so I think that's the only dark unit I'm thinking about taking up. You know what I mean? Like, I think Warrior of Light goes without saying. He's excellent in terms of PvE content. In PvP though, like if there's slash penetration or defense penetration, Warrior of Light is just not as strong anymore. Or maybe it's just me, you know, maybe it's just me. So that's my goal. Okay, let's do some farming. We haven't done this in a very long time. Let's do some farming, because my goal is to try to get some more coats. If you guys want to farm. And by the way, this brutal is so easy. Seriously, take advantage of this. This is by far the easiest brutal. This brutal difficulty is a joke. I hate to say things like that, but it's true. Oh, it's true. And let me go ahead and redo that, because I did not set up the room. This one is so easy. You can kill the boss before you can kill the boss before the two Marlboros show up. That's how fast you can kill this stage. And let me go ahead and switch to my comp. And there we go. Okay. I'll wait for you guys to join. And we'll farm this super easy. Literally, you can bring anybody, you know. What you should be farming the level 6s? I don't know what that is. Oh, I know what you're saying, yeah. I almost thought you were gonna mention Darkwing Duck. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I love Darkwing Duck. That was a great show too. Hey Jose, how you doing tonight? Was it? Oh, Jose, so there was no Friday Free Thinking episode this week. I just couldn't think of a topic. The topic that I thought about doing was addiction, like video game addiction in general, because that's kind of like what I was facing for a good bit. Especially when I play games, especially when I get into something new in general. But I decided to hold off on it because I just didn't feel comfortable doing that today. So I decided to pass. But you guys more than welcome to give me ideas for Friday Free Thinking for the future, though, because I would still like to keep doing Friday Free Thinking, you know. No, Bobo, we're not done with the raid. We still got 4 days. That's a good idea, Quack. Like, I play Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. I didn't really enjoy it as much. But yeah, I still do like raid quite a bit. I'm still working on raid, trying to stay in the top 200. Oh, Drew, congratulations. Top 250 is very nice. I think the highest I climbed was 2,000, and I don't think I can even hold that, so we're gonna do a couple of quick runs. So what I do, Ben, is I farm the level 6 when I run out of raid to kill. So that's what I do. I go and farm some level 6s, try to gain some materials, and then once I trigger 10 raids, then I go do the raids. But since I'm streaming, there's no reason for me to do raid, right? Unless you guys need to, if somebody needs to get to level 100 or whatever. Because I know folks have helped me before in certain raids where I had a hard time. I had people come in and help me. So 2 things happened. One, either I crashed or one of you guys crashed. I'm pretty sure I crashed. So I noticed that the game crashes a lot now, and maybe what I need to do is for starting in May, I'm gonna look into getting a mirror. So essentially I'll be streaming on my phone, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mirror it so there'll be no more crashing. I don't have to worry about crashing ever again, because these these Android emulators, they crash a lot. Okay, everybody just, that was so fast. See how we killed him so fast? Sorry guys, that's my fault. I completely dropped the ball on that one. We'll farm some more though. Oh, you guys, oh, I see what you're saying. You guys want to farm level 6s. Well, to be fair, I really need this. I really need to farm. I need to farm a couple of more barrier codes. So maybe we can do a little bit. Community building. PC client, right? We need PC client. I know. I don't see how people are like getting even that high. How to bring in new members into the community. Well, I would like some suggestion on that. How do we recruit more people to play? Like, not everybody's into Discord. Like, that's one thing, right? People are not into Discord. And I mean, besides Discord and joining other people's streams, like building the community, it really definitely takes a little bit more effort on other people's part as well, right? Because if you think about it, right, you can have people organize things, but if the people are not participating in it, lucky with flawns, I'm like 1,100. Yeah, that's true. The flawns is what I guess is game breaker. That's $5 grand a pop. I think I got lucky a few times. I think I triggered 3 flawns in a row once. And that's by far the most luck I've seen in raid. That's it. But there's no reason to go super hard on this raid, right? Unless you're going for 2 copies of that code. By the way, that code is not great for someone like Yuna, because Yuna is more of a combination of defense and offense. It's like there's no reason. Okay, I think I talked about in my raid video today. There's no reason to go more than you need to go in terms of damage because of the level cap. So essentially what happens is once you hit the level cap on damage, any extra damage you boost is pointless. It's diminishing returns. So realistically speaking, you should be concentrated on defensive stats. So that code is, in my honest opinion, is going to be really good for units like Garble. If he can wear it, I guess he should be able to, right? And then of course Sakura, or what is that? Was the other unit? Howlet. Like those units should wear them because they're squishy and they will probably die in one hit anyways, regardless who's hitting them. So then you need to really supplement their resistances perhaps, but equipping them with that coat, that's 15% base attack power. That's a lot of damage. So you're essentially guaranteed to kill people, you know. Well, I mean, you can. What I meant to say is, what I meant to say was, when the code returns in a different rating. I mean, yes, you're right. You can't buy more than 99 copies, but you can buy more copies later on, right? And so you could definitely buy one copy and the red half of a copy, and then the next, I don't know, the raid that comes in maybe like a couple of months, then you can get two copies. I mean, ideally, you can get two 2+4s right now, and then, or maybe 3+4s, or whatever it is. Yeah, I think the bottleneck is in fact books. It's books. Like I don't plan on using the coat on my unit. I'm planning on just using the coat on my Sakura. I think that makes more sense. Because then if you can get her to do 99999 without anything boosting before her EX, name one unit in the game that can survive 9999 hits, right? Even though I don't think she'll hit 99999. This farm is so fast. It takes like what, 30 seconds to do? I'm really just trying to get one more copy of the coat, and then we can start farming some level 6s if you guys want. We can do either lightning or we can do light. I guess we can do light. We can earn some more materials. Because I think, do we have any future light units? Right now we have Phoebe and we have Yuna. That's the only ones for light. I think Mashity is like supposed to be pretty decent too. Her TMR is not bad, right? Her TMR is pretty good. Like, unfortunately, it's pretty sad when the only reason you really want to max a unit is just for their TMR. That's like a luxury, right? That's a big time luxury. I still haven't actually maxed my Mastery actually, but I like her style though. I really just enjoy the way she looks. I'm not sure. Isn't her EX supposed to make her actually pretty good? Let's see, what's the power creeping? This game is really unit with maximum is already good. Sort of sign of a power creep. I mean, I think there's always going to be power creep. You know, there's just no escaping it. Right now is a big power creep if you think about it. The creeping of power, which essentially makes older units sort of faded into the past. Yuna essentially nullifies a lot of units in this game at this current stage of the game. I think it's okay to expect that, but I think that will change a few months down the road, right? Yeah, I think what Bobo was saying, that you can only buy 99 recipes during this raid. What I was referring to is you can wait. You have to wait for a couple of more raids. It is a shame that the medals don't carry over. I guess it makes sense that it doesn't carry over. But it looks like the events in this game now, all the medals carry over. So it's okay if you don't spend it. So far, excuse me, I'm not being very lucky with getting the coat. I think you can get like 6, 8, 10 copies or something. Maybe you can get 6 or 8 copies. Yeah, I don't think you can. I don't think you can buy 2+5s during this raid. That's a good point. So you can see some +4s and +5s, but no more than that. I I really did not enjoy Trial Reckoning, the last one. Like, I know some people farmed 2 copies of that necklace. You know, kudos to them, but I just couldn't do it. It was so tedious. Like, I was like pulling my hair out grinding that one. Like, I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it. Although I didn't have any problem farming it, I realized my team weren't good enough. Some people are really good at getting really a lot of points for Trials of Reckoning. I probably should like look up how they do it, but all right, I'm halfway there. I just need 30. Hopefully this wouldn't take more than half an hour. We can farm other things. Yeah, you can do it if you're really into doing that. You have to want to do it though. The purple lining, the best time to do it was during that one event where you can farm metals all day every day. It's like that necklace is so good, but it's just so tedious. I know someone even told me they farmed 2+5s and more. I'm like, wow, man, kudos to you. They must have really good units and really good stuff to really do well. I don't know how people are doing so many points during those specific maps. I can't do it. I don't have the energy to sit there and try to figure it out all day, every day. There has to be people out there doing it for you, and then you just kind of carbon copy it. You know what the irony of all of this is? I don't even use any of my UR equipment. Like the stuff from raids. I rarely use them, if at all. I really mostly rely on Trust Masters and MR quality items. You guys see this? Like, it's so hard to stream now. Like, it's crashing every few minutes. It's so rough. It's very annoying. Like, I don't even do raid on, I only do raid on my phone just to make sure that I don't crash like this. Yeah, I definitely need to get a mirroring for my iOS. I think next week I'm gonna start looking into, probably when I work the next couple of days, I'm gonna do some research to see what are some really good mirroring programs for the iOS, because this is just too much. This is definitely too much. It's not fun for you guys, and it's definitely not fun for me to do this. I need a more reliable way to project my stuff onto the screen here. I know last week we talked about him. City of Gaming actually recommended, I think it's Viox or something like that. I need to just, I don't care if I have to spend money, you know? I think I just need to do that. I know, that's what I'm saying. Somebody has 3+ necklaces? That's crazy. Well, the thing is, the Purple Lightning, we had an opportunity to gain copies of the Purple Lightning from that, what is that? That crossover event. It's called Final Fantasy Xvia's Universe or something like that. And you could have easily farmed the Purple Lightning there. For me, I've already gotten the 63 copies, so I didn't need it anymore, because realistically speaking, the other units in the game don't really care about that. So for me, it's kind of like, I don't need any more Purple Lightnings, but I may need the materials for the Purple Lightning. And see, that's the thing, like, when you say people got 2 necklaces, right? The crazy part is they actually had to get the materials as well. And I think in the heart of itself, the recipes are not the killer, right? The recipes are not the killer deals. It's the materials. asking me to farm 3,750 of one material just to craft 1+5. It's crazy. I think Laswell, maybe EX will be even better than he is. Like, he doesn't pose a threat by himself, generally speaking. But in the right comp, he is brutal. Like, he's brutal to kill, right? He negates one attack. So that means if he's coming at you and you slap him in the face with your best attack and he just says, whatever, cool story, bro. And then he comes at you and kills you. That's what makes him tough with good support. By himself, he's not much to think about. But and in PvE, since the game likes to jump you all the time, he's really not that strong either. That's the only reason why I didn't ever build him when he first came out. I can make 2 next, but I lack the books. Yeah, the books. Even during double drop, I didn't really farm because it still took so much time. Laswell, I mean, I'm assuming you're pretty high ranking, Drew, so I suppose Laswell with, say, Agrias, or maybe level 120 Gilgamesh will be pretty damaging because that slash resistance, man, I'm telling you, that Kotetsu, it's really strong. I think generally speaking, Laswell only needs 1 hit to kill most units in this game anyways. So I think he's definitely someone favorable if you really enjoy slash. I think what I'm gonna end up happening is I'm probably gonna make like what, 6-7 runs and boom, it crashes. I think certain maps in this game make you crash a lot more than other maps. Like, for example, when I'm farming like normal story mode, I don't crash that often, but when I'm farming something harder that requires large amount of energy, I crash. Even after like 2 runs, I crash. What's going on, 180? Rain, I think what Rain needs is probably more offensive potency, right? He definitely lacks that. He doesn't hit very hard. But yeah, in all fairness, I don't think he should hit that hard because he's not considered a bruiser. He's more considered as a tank. You know, if you add good stuff for him, he could tank physical attacks as well. Pretty good. The Golden Helm. Yeah, Oron is really strong. Like Oron, Gilga, and Laswell, that's a very nasty combo. Yeah, Jerry, you're absolutely right. Hey Adam, how's it going? How are you doing? I'm doing really well. Yeah, right now when I play on emulator, like on my free-to-play account, because on my main I just play on my phone, but on the emulator I try to do 2 runs, exactly like you said, Jerry. I do 2 runs with Brutals, crash, guaranteed. $120 Agrias, Laswell, Gilgamesh, and Rosa. Yeah, I mean I have all those units, so that's kind of like what I'm looking for. And it's like, realistically speaking, with that kind of comp, you don't really even need tanking anymore. Because they're so beefy. And I think that's the balance, unfortunately, the game is not really doing a good job on. Is the fact that the level 120s are so outclassing the non-level 120s in terms of defensive stats. And realistically speaking, it's just the HP pool, right? So if somebody has like 9k HP, a hard hitter is not going to probably do 9k, so they will take 2 hits to kill. And that right there could be the entire arena match. I'm not so sure how class match is, but I can't imagine that being too enjoyable right now. Actually, I don't think it's going on right now, but still, like if you do free matches, people are gonna just run in there with your level 120 Gilgamesh and just quicken everybody and kill you. I imagine that's what the landscape is like in there. Yeah, I only play Raid on my phone, Jerry, too. Because on my free-to-play account, I'm just kind of like, eh. I do, what I do on the phone is, I mean, what I do on my free-to-play account is, I do maybe like 3 to 5 raids, and then I just reset, just to make sure I don't crash. But realistically speaking, I don't really go very hard on my free-to-play account. I just kind of casually, kind of whatever, you know, when I'm watching a show. Right now, this is not an endorsement or anything like that, but I found that, you know, Tubi or Tubby, Tubi, that's like essentially free. It's kind of like where Hulu was years ago when it first came out. A lot of my favorite shows are on there, like G.I. Joe, Transformers. I just kind of started watching on that now, so I just kind of have my shows running in the background while I'm playing the game. So kind of like at least I'm doing something rather than just playing the game, you know. I feel like if I'm just playing the game, it's like I'm not really doing a whole lot. But if I'm watching a show or something, at least I'm doing something. Wow, really? Warrior of Light having 10K? I'm okay with that. But I had my Warrior of Light die to one hit to Auron just the other day, so. He literally sliced and diced my Warrior of Light, so. I think it was like 5K, 4 or 5K, something like that. Yeah, that's fair. Like, I think getting the materials to finally finish crafting some +5 UR gear, it's nice. I'm not really sure what gear I want to craft as UR to +5. I don't think I have any +5 UR gear. I mean, the only UR +5 gear I have, I think, is the spear for Kane. I don't know if Auron's Tank Slayer, but he kicked my ass. You know, he beat me down so hard. Like, Auron's destroyed me. I'm not sure what happened, to be honest. Maybe it's because maybe they broke my defense or they did slash resistance or something, because I know my group bunched up in one group, and then Auron came over and go whoop, and then they all died. So besides the Cane Spear, the Wind Spear, I don't really know if I have any +5 UR gear that I crafted. I'm trying to think. I think the majority of +5 gear is very minimal gain, right? I talked about I think it was the thermostat or thermasa, the crystal ball. Like, the difference between a +4 and a +5 is only like a few percentage. Not enough to really warrant go super deep into making a bunch of +5s. Maybe the Elven Cloak would be a good one. Alexandrite Ring, but you know, there are so many accuracy accessories now. I think the Alexandrite Ring, it's probably really not a necessity, quote unquote, a necessity anymore. You're right. Auron does destroy barriers, right? He ignores barriers or something, or he gets rid of it and then he hits you. So I think what happened was my warrior light put up his barrier, and I think he had someone did something to my warrior light, and then Oron came in and finished my team off. I remember that. I was like, I wasn't upset. I was like, wow. I was like, Oron can kill this bad? That's crazy. And the thing was, I targeted that team because I specifically set up my warrior light to have over 60% slash resistance. But he still died that one hit. So I'm just sitting there thinking, what the heck happened? Like, they must have defense penetration and slash resistance penetration or something. Anyways, I don't really dwell on it because there's really no point in overthinking it. It already happened. I think the lesson is just don't go after those type of teams unless you're fully prepared for it. So we have done at least a few runs, right? Hey Coy, how's it going, man? There's no topic tonight or anything. We're just hanging out. We were just looking at. I did a couple of guild battles. They were okay, you know, nothing special there. And then we've been farming. We've been farming a little bit. And I've been crashing a lot, so I think next week, or at least I think I should definitely I think for May I should definitely start worrying about getting my streams using my phone. So in May I'm gonna go to a friend's wedding. The second week of May I'll be going to a friend's wedding. I'll be leaving Thursday, so I'll be gone Thursday, Friday. I'll be back on Saturday, and then I have to work that Sunday. So it's gonna be a very short week. Maybe I should like stream what I'm doing at the wedding or something. No, I definitely can't be doing that. It's, you know, it's still pandemic, so it's gonna be a very small wedding. We're gonna have masks on and things like that, you know. So it's gonna be fun because I get to hang out with my friends. So I'm not sure. I usually do that all the time on my blue stacks, but I don't really do that here. All right, Quack, take care. Have some breakfast and have a good day, man. Take care. It will be interesting to see how Agrius is going to be like, because Agrius has essentially been dominating, for me anyways, like across PvE content and things like that. For PvP, like I go after magic casting teams because I have Agrius. So she's always been, like, in my opinion, one of the best investments in the entire game. Warrior Light has been like one of the better investments in the game in terms of physical tanking. Agrius has been really, really good for magic tanking, even though I have Rain as well. And then in terms of damage, I guess Halloween Leela has been my go-to unit, to be honest. Like Kane was pretty good for a while, but I feel like I guess now he's still pretty good against a lot of the comps nowadays. But like, it's like if you're Sakura, right, you most likely will one-shot Kane, but he won't die because of courage. And then he will come in and blood lance you and kill you most likely, and then get all his health back. So there you go. Final Fantasy X weapon gear. Yes, it is. It's pretty bad. That's why they gave you a month and a half, but they didn't tell you that their drop rate is so bad, you know? But like I said, you know, the Oron weapon is really not that great. So if you don't have him, it's not really worthy of farming, to be honest. I think the staff is the better farm. I'm still gonna farm both to 63 copies and just stop. So in the last 25 minutes, I got 4 copies of the coat. Maybe we should, you guys want to farm something else instead of this? Because this is an easy farm for me. I could probably like get this done in like a few hours. Because I would definitely want a couple of more of these barrier coats. Because these coats are very, very good. But I'm telling you, farming this recipe, it's not the hard part, it's the books. The books are no fun at all. I think the solution they need to do is allow us to single farm, auto farming, and then decrease the energy cost. The Una staff is not good for Una, surprisingly. It's kind of weird how they did it that way. Unless Espers play a much bigger role, it's not the better staff. But for me, like, 1 copy of the staff and 1 copy of the Oron weapon is probably good enough. If there's a new unit in JP that can use that weapon, but it's just like an MR unit or something, that's pretty, Is it a UR? What is the new unit though? Is it gonna be, is it UR unit? I haven't really kept up. I haven't been really watching a lot of content lately. I should probably look that up. I should probably try to keep more up to date on that because it is a good idea. Like, remember we talked about how the gap, it can be such an annoying thing, but it's so advantageous for global players. Really, as you are, really. Ice unit, huh? The only one I kept up with is Charlotte. Is it gonna be after Charlotte or is it gonna be before Charlotte? Really, you are a unit, huh? You are ice unit. That's kind of cool. That can use a 2-hander. I guess that makes sense then. And it's probably gonna get the EX treatment. So man, if you think about it, Oron is kind of like, what? Did people just kind of sort of like got swindled with the Oron summons then? I mean, granted, Oron is dominating pretty good. Elsa, yeah, she's pretty good. I see a lot of her. Did you guys see that video? I haven't seen it, but I think it's locked. He posted a video where he was clearing level 100 raid with just Elsa and Una. I think that's crazy if you can clear it with 2 units. I guess that makes sense because she's slashing, so she can do a lot of damage. And Una can do a lot of damage, and it's essentially light chaining. They offered in shop for paid Visior. Take that, free to play. It'll be right before Final Fantasy collab. Really? Oh, so it's literally a brand new unit, so it just got announced. Okay. So it's right after Charlotte. Okay, yeah. So yeah, maybe I'll look up Umbra's videos or something. Maybe he has it. doable with just Una? Like you're talking about clear level 100 Ray with just Una? That would be crazy. I would like to see a video where somebody clears the entire Ray with just Una. I mean, if you do the whole Ray without using any orbs, I imagine that'd be pretty hard because she doesn't have AoEs, right? Unless I'm mistaken. Even though AI favors just attacking the boss now. But if she doesn't have AoEs in 20 turns, it's hard to kill off all those ads and then kill the boss. Although she will most likely not run out of AP though. Really? I need to look that up just with Una. Damn, it makes me want to take down my video because I'm like all happy and giggly here, taking him down with my 4 slashing units, and people out there making videos of level 120 Ray with just Una. I mean, to be fair, I believe it, you know, because right now the game is not geared towards in difficulty level to level 120. So maybe I should try it, you know? Why not, right? I got nothing to lose. The boss has hate. Ah, that makes sense. I was wondering why my guys kept attacking the boss. That's kind of unique though. I should check those videos, like see if I could do it on my own. Just to kill the Ray 120 boss with Una. Ah, I just crashed. Actually, that one lasted a pretty long time, actually. Like, I did a lot of runs before I finally crashed. Really? That's really good, man. That's insane. You're clearing this whole thing with just Una? It's like streaming while you're farming multi on a crappy emulator. It's just not a good idea. Alright, we'll give it one more shot. I might go back to my phone later on and just finish the farming there. Alright, you need to turn off her limit break, prayer, Krega, nimble re-raise, run, come on, and have bells on. If you're lucky with your Aeon Bond, you will make it. Yeah, that's true. You do have to turn off a lot of stuff. If you turn off all that stuff, which I usually do, like I think I turn it all off. Because when you're doing like multiplayer, it makes sense to turn all that stuff off. It's really just about saving time, right? I probably should try that because that sounds very challenging and fun. Why not, right? It's a challenge. So you have to do 130,000 damage. So essentially that's 13 turns. So if you're hitting him for something like max damage, waiting for live stream later. Yes, live stream is coming on later. That's crazy. You guys are all doing this. Damn it, why did I think about that, huh? Why do I think that I could do it that way, you know? Oh, this is a terrible run here, too. You're rank 22 at light mastery? So you went all in on those light units. So this run you can get 99 copies of the coat and then spend the rest on materials. Who do you think is going to be an ice unit, Koi? Do you think it's going to be... Do you think it's going to be Tifa? I'm thinking... My personal guess is Tifa is going to be water. I don't know why I keep thinking that. Maybe I'm tricking myself to believing that. I think Arieth is going to be water. I think Arieth is going to be light. No. Arieth might be earth. Although if she was light, I would believe it. Little Leela is going to have a field day if Arieth is earth, though. She needs to have a lot of magic resistance. In PAD, Tifa was light. Yeah, I can see Tifa being almost anything. Isn't Tifa is fixed water in JP News? I'm not sure, because aren't they supposed to announce the full details? No, don't get me wrong, Boba, I didn't say that. I didn't say we will get an area. I'm just saying we're just guessing. Arieth will be wind. But the thing is, Earth is so weak right now. In the beginning of my stream, we looked up all the units in Earth. There's what, like a few units? There is Halloween Ryu. There is Winter Venera, right? And there is... There's the other girl, that's it. Kirufe, that's it. If Cloud is Earth, he's gonna get smoked. Wait, are you sure there's gonna be 4 units? That's insane. 100% there's 2 banners. So there will be 4 units, huh? Tifa, Cloud. Well, first off, let's ask chat. How many of you guys have played Final Fantasy VII Remake? Like, that's the first thing we need to establish. How many of you actually play Final Fantasy VII Remake? Because I haven't. I don't know. My understanding is it's not the actual full remake, right? What is going on? Every time I play by myself, I get the coat, but every time I play here multiplayer, I get the golden helm. So it looks like Silver Knight you played. So then you can let us know. Silver Knight, you can let us know what units, what characters are in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like, I never played the remake. I only played the original. So us here making guesses is not going to make a lot of sense because this is the remake version of these characters. My understanding is the remake does not have every single character from the original. So when they do a collaboration, they're not going to have every character. Okay, Donald, thanks for coming. Happy grinding to you, man. Happy grinding to you. So that's the rule number one. It's going to be remake characters only. My understanding is Sephiroth is not in the remake, but I don't know. I never played the game. So is Aerith in the remake? I know Barrett is in the remake because I've seen footage of that. For sure Cloud is in it, obviously. Obviously Tifa's in it, so. So there it is. Silver Knight just told us Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, Barrett, 3 Avalanche. So Yuffie is not. So I don't think Yuffie is going to be in it then, right? So we're, on my guesses, based on the list you just gave me, it's going to be Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, and then Barrett. But then again, I also heard the Barrett is supposed to be in part 2 of the 7th. Of the remake collaboration. So I think Barrett is in part 2. So maybe Yuffie is going to be in part 2. We're going to get Cloud, Tifa, Aerith for sure. And then whatever the other one is. So if Sephiroth is indeed in the remake, he will probably not make. So I think Sephiroth, Yuffie is going to be in part 2 of the banners. Like, I'm talking about months later, not like the actual week of it. So I'm okay with Sephiroth not coming out this time because if you gave us Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, and Sephiroth, that's essentially all the main... Oh my god, did we just crash again? That's essentially all the mainline characters. They're not going to have much room for second wave, you know? That's actually... I guess that assumption is not unfair at all, Drew. I think that's fair. I think that's not unfair. I think that's fair. Because if they're promoting the game, putting Yuffie in it makes sense. Oh no, I'm stuck in limbo. I'm stuck in limbo. Sephiroth will be a separate collab, I think. Square has a track record releasing villains separately. Maybe one of those MRs will be one of those extra guys. I agree. I concur with that train of thought. I think Sephiroth will be part 2. I think Barrett may be the one. So maybe it's going to be Tifa for free, Cloud, Aerith, and I guess Barrett, and then Yuffie. So we can probably replace Barrett with Yuffie, and there's your crew right there. Oh my god, boys and girls. Streaming with a crappy emulator is not fun. All right, so we're not gonna probably run anymore because it's just too tedious. I'm sorry, guys. It's like I crash every other run. I feel like now. I'm really debating if I want to level her up. What do you guys think, huh? Is Liar worth leveling up? Like, are any of you folks in chat are thinking about leveling up the lower rarity units? Like, where is she? Like, is she just really not that good? Like, her HP is so low. Like, what does she offer that makes her good? Well, to be fair, she has raise. She has full life, really. But if she's gonna go the full life raise route, she's gonna need some faith. Yeah, the avalanche guys will probably be the lower guys. So she's a prime target for low cost CMS. But the problem I'm having with the EX execution is that the materials like the tablets and such we need is the same, right? Aren't all of the tablets and everything required the same? Wait, you know what? Yeah, see, it's the same. It's such a heavy hitter. No, I could be wrong. Maybe the lower rarity units are less. Do you guys concur? Like, anybody have built lower rarities? Because the only comparisons I can do would be Mont and Titus and my Yuna, right? Because these materials right here, they're all very heavily consumed. So there you go. I think this might be a fix later on in the game, but right now it's very off-putting for me because I think Liard is very good, like you said, like statistically wise, it makes sense, right? For lower cost CMS, that's definitely the way to go. So it's like if you did Phoebe, that means you really enjoy class match, right? I'm not into class match, so for me, I think it's an easy skip. But Phoebe and then Liard are probably like staples for class match, low cost. You said fixed. Well, I mean, I don't mean fixed. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a fixed amount, not like a fixed, but it's like the same amount, right? If it's the same amount, it seems very rough for me to like sit there and farm all that stuff just for. Maybe that's what I need to start doing. Maybe I need to start. Those tablets are rough. You're right. So maybe I need to start concentrating on class matches now that I maybe just like do the low cost, right? That have some fun with my low cost team. I really enjoy Phoebe. I really enjoy. I guess Shell would be one of them, right? Like just have Liard and then have those two low cost units. Oh, it's for the selection quest. You're right. But let's talk about the selection quest just for a few minutes here. Like if we go on the ranking list, Moraga is not that great. right? I mean, he's probably okay. You know what? Let's do it right now. Here. Let's do it right here. I have it right here. Let's take a look. The strongest character, according to Ultimate.jp. Oh, here it is. His name is Verlick. Wow, that's a terrible name. Wow, you guys seeing this? The new UR, it's already gonna be heavy hitter. Let me make sure I get rid of the ads. So here he is. There is that new ice unit. Where's Moraga? Let's look up Moraga real quick. But to be fair, Camilo is actually pretty good, right? Camilo is one of the units you can farm. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean he's weak, but the ranking wise. So let's take a look at this. All right, my computer's freaking out. So as you can see, high difficulty, which would be PvE, it is S+. PvP, it is S+. So strong against tanks. A pierce attacker who is strong against magic attacks. So that's Camilo right there. And he's light. So that's a good idea. I think Camilo is really good, right? And if you love light, you got to start working on your light teams, right? The selection quests. Let's take a look at Moraga. Here he is, Mr. Moraga. What's so good about him? He's really good for PvE content, it looks like, right here, right? The high difficulty content. He's mediocre at PvP. He's 9 out of 10. I mean, that's not bad. That's actually really, really good. Sorry guys, let me turn off these ads. I'm not supposed to, I don't endorse these ads, right? So Moraga is a slash attacker who fights at the forefront by taking his high durability. That's like my type of guy, man. He's Earth, so I need to work on Earth. And I need to work on light, right? This is the only two. So the selection quest, my understanding is no UR units, correct? Only low rare units. Hey Melvin, yeah, you know what? Rune Stern EX, that might take a while because he's gonna probably take over the PvP boards. Tank operation is also possible with Paladin. Has multiple penetration effects and is strong against tanks. So he's a tank that goes to the front to do penetration damage. So he is weak to magic. So he's gonna be recommended as a tank. He has Ninja, Paladin, and Barbarian King. So apparently in JP on this side, they're voting for Paladin, but it doesn't really matter. I think the move jump party is going to be a necessity here. So his own Trust Master is going to be his weapon. The Titus Necklace and the Brigandine. There you go. Let's take a look at this new unit, man. He looks kind of weird with his hair slipped back like that. So look at this. He's already going to be really, really good at PvP, and he's going to be really good at high difficulty stuff. Moraga can eat units. That is hilarious. If you could eat units in the game, that would be pretty sweet, right? So this guy can go into the forefront with increased defense, and he has draining abilities. Wow, so this guy is excellent. Excellent. Okay, let me see what weapon they're recommending, because if they're recommending they are recommending it, right? Here it is. So they're recommending the So there you go, folks. Make sure you farm it. Wait a second. A free Dark UR Time Age Scholar? Really? Okay, let's check it out. Go back here. Is this it? Wait a second. This unit is free? Free? And now for the rest of the stream, I'm going to be only using the word free. 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 It's a scholar. Yeah, you're right. It's a scholar. Well, I guess it's just a time age, right? They call it scholar here. Oh my god, a Dark Quicken unit. That's going to be awesome. I'm already in love with this character. It's going to be great for PvE content. Yes. Wait, this guy is free? Oh, selection quest. Okay, so it's time for me to start building up my Dark. Awesome. All right, let's check it out. Let's go back. I was actually thinking about checking that game out. Survival? Like, have you guys played that game? I don't like building like cities and things like that, but let's take a look at our Dark list and see we need to start working on our lower rarity units, right? I think that should be my goal. Once the selection quests come, we have light, we have earth, and we have dark. And they're going to be very hard, right? They're going to be very hard. So selection quest, you need lower rarity units. Is it only lower rarity units? I know I saw Cabbage's video about how it works, but I don't remember. Are we supposed to use non-URs? Is that how that works? Oh man, I want to get that unit because there is no time age here, right? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the only 5 units I have? Am I missing something here? These are the only 5 units we have that are of lower rarity then. So, in other words, in order to defeat and get this UR time age, we gotta build this. MR or lower. I popped most of my masteries already, just this one. So I'm only at level 11. That's definitely my weakest. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm only at level 16. My best looks like it's light. I think most people's best is probably light. So light is Camille. I see, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So tank, this is tank. Healer, support. I guess that guy. And probably this girl, right? This girl's, I like her a lot. Elshra, she looks really cool. Hey Ranty, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. So we were farming earlier, but my emulator keeps crashing. So right now we're just discussing the new stuff that's coming out on JP. And I think they're making an announcement on Final Fantasy VII very soon, in like 6 hours. My guess is probably in a few months or in a couple of months, because I think it already started on JP, right? That's the new wave of, and the selection quests are there forever. So I know this formula is used in a lot of type of games. Like I think in Summoners Wars maybe they use this formula. In other games they do as well, where they give you UR units if you meet certain requirements. But they're there for life, you know. Dang it, like how do I even build these units? I have almost like no shards of this unit though. I guess I have to rely on units that I already own, like this guy. So with that said, then I should probably just go ahead and finish her off, right? Let's do it right now. I guess this gives me something to do. Oh man, how sad is that? I don't even have that. Yeah, I'm currently working on my MR units for the selection quests. Yeah, that's hard to do though. Like, I can't imagine it being easy to do. Like, think about that, right? Like, how am I supposed to get her done? Like, the only way I could think of it is just to buy the shards from the soul metal exchange shop when she comes around. I definitely need to build her. I really like Mariella. She's really, really good. So she'll probably be my tank. Oh man, I'm running so low on these things. Alright, let me go exchange some of that. What is this? Awakening prisms? Let me go get some of those awakening prisms. So looks like Fina might be a way to go, right? Oh, you got lucky then, huh? Dang, she's a time mage as well. So definitely Grace. And I guess I have to go with Fina as my other one. I don't know how hard these challenges are, but I probably should start watching some videos. So right now, in preparation for the future, it's going to be light, it's going to be dark, and it's going to be earth. So then it's probably worthy of building him, right? He's a knight and slash paladin as well. And then of course you have Mont, and then you have this guy. So I already have three. I have 4 of these guys built already. And it's going to be too late to invest in her. I'll probably invest in him or him. Although he's actually very close to being finished. I think Cabbage mentioned something like you need a lot of damage. Am I right? Well, unlucky with Raldor, but I kind of flaked on making a fire cut. But listen, it's like as a benefit side effect, you got that like, cool unit for a light. So man, in preparation for the future, yeah, preparation for the future. Like when she comes around, wait, is this a he or she? I think we went over this already. Is this a he or she? Come on, guys, help me out here. Is there any like a story or something? She, there it is. She left home. All right, it's a she. I would like to finish her. I actually always enjoyed her. It's just that people think she sucks. I mean, I guess she does suck. But with the EX, I think she might be legit. At least for the selection quest, right? So Ranti, you're only doing MRs? I think it's MR or lower. Yeah, it's a she. I mean, I knew it was a she. I went over this before or something, but she, okay. Surprisingly enough, she was one of the first MRs that I 99 because she came out very early in the game, and this was one of the few rare items that had agility on it at the time. So like I didn't feel bad getting it, but this one has no additional abilities, which kind of sucks. So yes, I need to start working on Earth, Light, and Dark. And actually this makes me feel kind of excited because it makes you want to work harder. So I guess I can do her as well, right? So these prism and things are gonna be... Actually, do I want her? Do I want Little Leela? Is Little Leela gonna be good? Little Leela, Tidus! This is Tidus, by the way. The original Tidus. It looks like a he, right? That has to be a paladin, second son. Yep, it's a he. So Tidus is gonna be hard to get to max. This is a very interesting weapon. Look at how much HP is on this weapon. That's a very interesting weapon. So there'll be 1, 2... Looks like for Dark, we don't have many choices, do we? It's like the game always makes bottlenecks, so that way you can either spend money or when you're farming for quests, that's all you're spending your medals on. I mean, is it me, or is it by the time the selection quests come, we're gonna get more lower rarity units? Because look, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is it. This is your entire team. Am I gonna be able to even build this unit by the time selection comes around? So I have to sit here and literally rethink about my hard node farming strategy. He is finished. So luckily for me, he's finished. So he's a damage dealer. I got my tank here, damage dealer, healer, and then support. So therefore I can ignore these two. So this is my team right here. I'm going with this since I already got everybody maxed. But this is a lot of MRs though. I may be better served building this guy instead. Well, I don't know. Light is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's gonna be my team then. I have to start farming Ariel then. I do want Camilla. Camilla looks pretty cool. I guess Moraga is, you gotta have him since he's a beefy tank killer. I mean, come on, like, I cannot pass that up. What was I looking for? I was looking in the mock shop, actually. Yeah, I'm working on units that I think will get the job done. Yo, have Mustadio. You're basically done for DPS. I do have Mustadio. Yeah, I'm done for DPS. So let's take a look at this, right? This is kind of where we need to look at now from now on. This is going to be the important part of the game. Playing the roulette wheel of here. So it looks like Vistral is going to want to have to start spending some tokens on. How many can I buy? If I exchange it all, that's 240. Right? 240 right there. So that is the beauty of this game, ladies and gentlemen. When people leveled up maximized units back in the days using rainbow fragments of thoughts, people may have regrets. Now there's no regrets, right? No matter what you did, the game rewards you by giving you, say, hey, look, remember that character that you built a long time ago? Now you have a great opportunity to utilize that unit. You know what? I should probably just do a retrospective review on Phoebe. Once I get her to level 90, level 120, because that will be kind of neat to use her. Yes, because I wanted to start doing retroactive reviews. Just kind of see what potential they have in the game. Obviously, she's probably going to be a stable in terms of class match, right? She's going to be a stable that people are probably going to go to for the selection quest. So there you go. Now let's take a look at this character. I only need 170, so I can spend a lot of my soul medals for him. I don't need to farm him per se, right? I can get him done quickly. So my light team is going to be this. This is the one when she comes around in terms of being in the soul shop. It's probably where I should be saving my things for. Because this is my current farming list. In hindsight, I don't even need all these units anymore. I need to stop farming these once I'm done, because I can simply farm their, what do you call it? Their shards from the barracks. Right? So my DPS is done. DPS, DPS, DPS. And it just boils down to DPS. And so then my team is finished. I might be hurting for extra healer. Does Etra have a heal? Yeah, she has cleric, so I can actually use her as a cleric, right, and heal. And I think monks can heal because they have chakra. They can do chakra. I've been doing that free video summon like crazy. Me too. I do every single one. Yeah, that's true. You're right. I don't need to rush it. But what I'm saying is, just start planning for it, right? Global player needs to start having that in the back of their mind. You start thinking about it. Like, start investing in things. Like, for example, when she comes back, you need to go get your 400 shards right there and then, and get her EX'd out. Plan, right? Plan what's in front of you, but look further down the road as something that you're planning in the background. It's funny how I always make fun of this guy, but he actually may be oh my god, look at how hideous this is, man. This is so hideous. Like, if he was only bigger, he would basically be Jason. The 3D model doesn't look very good. The 2D model looks okay. And this axe is really not that good. I guess for support it might be that good, but I have the golden axe, so he should be using the golden axe. I'm gonna finish Mont, and then I'll probably start working on him. Because I'm gonna use up all the materials. I need all the materials to level up his skills. Yeah, I'm gonna need all these materials to level up his skills. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get stone throw? Yes! You guys get to witness the stone throw. This is what I've been waiting for a long time. Enhance stone throw. The stone throw mastery enhances range, defense, finisher, piercing. Oh, it only deals small damage and guaranteed hit. Hey, if you guys saw the stream in which we had, I think, Maverick during the stream from Dig's collaboration, Maverick did the thing where he built his entire team for guys to stone throw. I think that strategy is going to work really well. I should get in contact with him and kind of like figure out how to do that and maybe feature that on my channel in preparation. Because imagine, because stone throw deals so much damage, thousands, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 10,000. You can probably kill the PvE content very easily with just a bunch of stone throws. It's really a shame that we have Ray going out, or else I'd be like all giggly inside working on these things. And again, folks, this is why this game can be never ending. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I got the hiccups. And I don't even have stone throw enhanced. Crazy, right? I'm actually gonna maximize stone throw. Because I think Gafgary on stone throw was doing like 3K. I know, right? We get so excited. Yes, it was. It was Gafgarion. I think during that stream he did something like 2-3,000 damage from that measly stone throw. And because when you buff him with like skills, like buffs, it increases that effect by a lot. Because I think it's a flat damage that gets added to it. I think I like Sword Guard because this just straight up reduces damage. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more. Deals medium damage to targets within range and lowers attack. So that's kind of I don't know. I mean, is that? I guess it's not really so much the damage, but maybe the attack and magic debuff is going to be a lot. So I need 25, right? I need 25. Oh, wait a second. This thing is max HP up. Wow. So this makes me think I need to go back and did I miss stuff on her then? Like, I need to think, did I miss stuff on her? Anything I need? Oh my god, I need to level this up, guys. I didn't even level this up. Okay, I'm not doing this on stream because this is kind of obnoxious. I'll do that on my own time, but I realized I missed that. This is above. This is above. I need to go get some more JPs. Okay, so next time I stream, what we're gonna do is we're gonna probably use a mirror app for my phone, so therefore I won't crash. So farming will be a lot more enjoyable for you guys, and of course for me as well. And that's what we're gonna do. So I think you guys gave me a lot of suggestions tonight, and you gave me a lot of really good ideas for me to start thinking about for the future, because this game so far, it just kind of gave me a little bit new life just now because of the fact that it makes me now want to play with some of my lower rarity units even more so. I think that means I can do more content coverage on the channel, like start reviewing these units for players, and then let people know that there is no wasting of materials in this game at this point, right? Like the game is now allowing us to really hone in how to maybe strategize in terms of preparing for the selection quest, even though Silver Knight makes a great point, even though it will be there forever, right? Even though it's there forever, but still got to think about it, because you need to start studying up on, is Moraga be something you want on your team? Is Camilo is going to be someone you want on your team? For me, I'm definitely going after that Time Mage, because I love Time Mages, because you know their support. I love tanks, so Moraga fits into my cup of tea. Those all fits into my cup of tea. And then having them and just playing with them, it gives me a lot of joy. Like when I look at my monster box, it makes me so happy and giggly inside, looking at all these units. And then when I take them to the battlefield, yes, unfortunately the dreadful feeling of the grind comes into play. But when you get to sit down and you manual like one stage, just that one time, even if it's just one time, it feels really nice to play with your units. It just does. It's kind of like, in many ways, it's becoming more and more like a hero collector. Like I always thought this game is not a hero collector, but I think Square Enix maybe listened, or maybe they're paying attention to people's playing styles, and they figured out they want this game to be a hero collector. They want people to collect units and be successful in doing things. I gotta kind of update my fiance, since she doesn't like to level up male units. She's gonna have to now if she wants to get some of those units. But you know what? Nash Daters has a teapot now. He doesn't need a teacup. But let's think about this though. All the new units are dudes, right? All the new units from the selection quest are dudes. So she doesn't care about dudes, no matter how powerful they are. And most of them are pretty hideous. Like, we just gone over the idea Moraga is pretty freaking hideous. Durando is pretty hideous by girl standards, right? I mean, I'm not being sexist in any way, shape, or form, but let's be honest. Like, no girl who enjoy looking at waifus are gonna pick this dude as someone they want to level up. Camilo's a dude, Moraga's a dude. A new person. Her name looks like Tamor, right? Tamir is a dude. So they're all dudes. So far, yes, they're all dudes. So I think by the time they release some females, maybe she's gonna start thinking about building those lower rarity units, including guys in them. But this game is never ending. Maybe this is their ultimate secret plan. Like, this is the plan that Mr. Hiroki and the designers had in mind, was that we need to think long term. We need to start thinking about what can keep players engaged, constantly logging in every single day, and not have the worry in the back of their mind that they regretted leveling up a unit of any rarity. And I think this is a very good way to do it. Even though, if you think about it, even though once you're done with said selection quest, you conquer it, you get the UR unit, you gain all the shards, and you're done. You're not really done, because in the future, they may bring in more content, such as maybe, like I keep trying to suggest, give me some sort of dungeon crawler that's there every month and it resets every month. Like the porcelain tower comes every 3 months. Give me something that's there every single month. So that means we have 1 month to do it. Like a, what is that called? I think it was called the Deep Dungeon, Underground Dungeon from Final Fantasy Tactics. Give us something like that. Maybe give us like 50 floors, so we can spend a lot of our time honing in on our skills every month to try to gain some of those lovely rewards from there, right? Like, instead of giving these tedious quests like Raid or Trial of Reckoning, for players who want to ignore those optional gameplay, we can just work on the monthly gameplay. Like the Endless Tower, not the Endless Tower, like a tower a lot of games have, like Summoner's Wars, like Epic 7. They all have the tower that you climb, right? 1 to 100 floors. And when I was playing Epic 7, just maybe a couple of months ago, they recently did a change to their tower where they are done in segments. And in order to beat the segments, you improve upon the fights. So you make a selection of the items you obtain from each floor you clear that helps you with the next floor. And I thought that was a pretty cool concept. But Epic 7 is not a great game in my honest opinion, because it's so tedious. It's so much RNG involved. I think the Korean community gamer designers, they love RNG, and I'm not a fan of RNG as much. So I kind of walked away from the game. But I think overall, aesthetically, that game was very pleasing. It's just the gameplay is so bad because, you know, us here crafting materials in War of Divisions, it's bad, right? Because you have some RNG elements, but that game is purely based on RNG. You could be farming for a year or 2 or 3 and never get that exact perfect or whatever it is you're looking for in terms of equipment. I think that's very punishing, and I think that's stupid. Even though there's ways to kind of fix the stats, in Summoner's Wars, they created more ways to monetize by you buying things to correct those numbers to give you more perfect runes in that game. Essentially, they're just armor because they give you extra stats. But I think that's a very punishing system, and I'm very glad that this game didn't go with that system. It's very punishing. But anyways, alright. Yeah, because getting all that MR charge is frustrating, so why not start now? I am on rate 84. Anyone want to help me get to 100 with a light magic team? Sure, I think we could do that. I think I still have enough. I still have enough free things. So why don't you host, Ellen? You want to host? Give us the password. I think I can help you with a few runs. People love gambling. Yeah, that's true. I think that was the attraction when Summoner's Wars came out, because it dominated the market. It actually is on his 7-year anniversary right now. 7-year anniversary, this game is still going strong. Like, I had some really good monsters in that game. They even did Street Fighter. Can you believe that? They did Street Fighter collaboration. I thought about like replaying that game, but the game is so grindy and tedious. Is that it was just, it wasn't fun, you know? Like, it got to the point where it stopped being fun for me. Like, the grind was so bad. Like, it got to the point where at the time I was like a beginning nurse and my fiance was still in residency program. So all we did was work. And when we came home, all we did was just wanted to relax. And there will be weekends where essentially all I did was, I'm going to dedicate this whole weekend farming in Summoner's Wars. I mean, what kind of mentality is that? That's a terrible mentality, right? If you think about it. But that's what dominated my weekends at that time. Now my weekends is dominated by working. And Monday through Friday, I'm playing games and YouTubing, so. The only difference is I don't have regrets. Whenever she's ready, she can give us the password and we can jump in with our Yunas and then just crush. If I crash, it doesn't make any that much of a difference, because as long as you're in the game, you can still complete it. But we'll spend like, you know, a little bit to help her out. But I think that was the thing. Okay, there we go. 8, 5, 8. That was the thing with Summoner's Wars. It was so much grinding. I think now is a little bit different. I think they have since then changed it. And I think it's a lot better now, because it's like no regrets. We should have that tattoo. I'm gonna have a fake tattoo on my arm that says no regrets. That would be a hell of a fun. That would be a hell of a fun joke to be doing, right? Auto 10x for dungeon and raid in Summoner's Wars. You got it, Mike. That's what it was all about. Like, it was funny because, like, I think it was 2 years ago I went to a friend's wedding, or maybe 3 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago, right before the pandemic. We went to San Francisco for one of my longtime friends' wedding, and it was mostly Asian Americans there. And then during dinner, after everyone ate dinner, there was this, I walked by this table and there's these guys, they had their phone out and they were farming Auto 10, dude. They were farming Auto 10 in Summoner's War. And I looked at it, I was like, oh man. And then apparently I had a conversation at our dinner table with some people, because we were having a conversation about, you know, our hobbies. And then someone said, yeah, I have these friends, they play Summoner's Wars. All they do is have their phone out all day, and all they do is farm for things. It's pretty amazing how there's so many players still playing Summoner's Wars, because at the heart of it, the game is very good, right? The game is very good. It's just, it's very punishing. I played for 2.5 years, and for 2.5 years, it was very bad, because the RNG a lot of times didn't favor me. I could never get the stuff that I wanted, and farming for those runes was so rough. It was so rough because that's all you did all weekend, every single day. That's all you did, and then once in a blue moon. Oh yeah, sorry guys, we need to switch our cards. I want to wait for you guys if you guys are switching cards. If not, I can switch. I could switch to... I guess it depends on what Ben is doing. She's got that card. I could do probably the Trousseau. My Trousseau is almost max. Oh, really? The game was crashing non-stop this morning with everyone claiming the free Transcendence Scroll. Isn't right now the 7-year anniversary celebration? They're giving us, or they're giving people, like, you can select finally a monster that you want of your choice. Like, honestly, Mike, 100 summons is nothing, right? 100 summons literally is nothing, because you can get literally nothing. Oh, we got the Scions. Somebody's rich. I missed that card. Maybe I'll get that card when it comes back. I think I will get that card when that card comes back. That card is really good. And I remember like, actually I know they still do it. Like, I think, what's his name? Schizophrenic Gamer. He will like spend his entire Saturday morning summoning for other people, and that was his content. And every single Saturday I look forward to that content. Like, I look forward to him summoning for other people to see some really goodies. And people were saving, like, people would save for months just to do those type of videos. And it was entertaining. And that guy, he's making probably like normal money. He's probably making like, I don't know how much he makes, but he's probably make decent money just covering Summoner's War for all these years. That's crazy. 7 years that game's been out. That essentially means I've been a nurse for six years plus now. I'm a 6-year plus nurse. Because I started being a nurse right when that game came out, actually. Wow, we're doing like, what is this? 12,765? So it looks like that's the max we were doing. So we just have to do this 15 times. And I think I still have my 20 raids. I could totally see that. You could definitely do that. I was going to throw mine on, but I saw you throw yours up. So you went in on that Scion card as well. You guys are all pretty good, huh? Jew Bagel does a lot more than just summoning vids. He works hard at all his content trees. That's his job in the shows. Yes, he does. Bagel, he does. He had, I think at one point he had like 4 or 5 channels. And he covers essentially all day long. He records videos and uploads them. He lives in the same city as I do, last time I checked. I probably should hit him up and be like, yo bro, let's go hang out. He could be my only friend. You know what? Like, honestly, this game is totally worth wailing out on, man. Like, this is one game that I don't have regrets wailing out on, because it just makes you feel really good inside when you're wailing out. You know? Like, Summoner's Wars, I mean, Mike obviously probably knows all the people that covered Summoner's Wars, but what's his name? YDCB. I think he spent 40 grand on War. He spent $40,000 on Summoner's War. I don't know how much he made as a YouTuber, as a streamer, but he spent like 40 grand on that game. And I remember when I used to watch all those different YouTubers covering Summoner's War, they said that one of the OG whales one of the OG whales spent $100,000 in one day summoning for stuff. This guy dropped 100 grand summoning for every single monster that was in Summoners Wars when it first came out. Because one of the things about Summoners Wars is that there's a one character in the whole game that has every single element version of that. So imagine Yuna, but there's a element version of Yuna in every element. That's how that game was designed. It's so bad in that way because only certain elements of that monster or whatever, it's good. And it's like you will have to summon quite a bit to want to get that one unit. There was no pity bars at that time. There was no guaranteed anything. There's nothing. It was just straight up. You summon a really terrible percentage, really crappy percentage. It was like 0.5% or something stupidly insane to get like some of the best units in the game. And yeah, if you're free to play, which I was completely free to play, and you know you can only compete so much. The good news is that game was heavily based off of runes, which is essentially gear. So if you farmed a lot of runes and you got lucky on your runes, you can still have just a few really good monsters and you can still do well. This game, however, it doesn't work that way. War of the Visions doesn't work that way, right? You guys know it doesn't work that way. If you're a Kraken in this game, it shows. Four units. Can we like smoke? 0.5, nothing has changed. Still 0.5, huh? That's crazy. Those are some terrible numbers, man. That's crazy. 0.5% to get a 5-star monster. I remember when I got Zyros. It was on Valentine's Day. And it was before my fiance and I went out to celebrate Valentine's Day at this brunch where they serve like really good food. And I was doing my morning summon routine because we got up really early to go to brunch. And it was during the time where they boosted the rate of Zyros, right? It's the red dragon, so it's like considered one of the best dragons in the whole game. And so I put the phone down. I said, please babe, hit the summon button and give me the red dragon. So she hits it and I go like, I close my eyes and boom, she summoned me the red dragon. I can remember that was like one of the happiest days I ever had in Summoner's War. That was definitely the happiest day that I ever had. Like more so than any other monsters that I ever wanted in that whole game. She just clicked that one time, boom. The red dragon popped out and I was like, oh my god. He was so good. He was so good. Like he was I guess at that time a game changer for a lot of the content in the game. He definitely made a lot of the farming a little bit easier. Yeah, I agree. This game is a lot easier on the wall than Summoner's War. Okay. So, I guess iron switching. Whatever iron decides to switch to, I guess I can wait. Alright, yeah, that's fair. Amazing arena offense unit. Still is. Great. That's good to hear though. Like Zyros is still a really good cleaver, right? They call them cleaves. You have your armor break, you have Zyros go off. Because if I remember correctly, doesn't like Zyros reset your skills? That's what makes him so desirable. He's so good. But for me, the biggest problem was getting the runes that I wanted. I had such a hard time getting runes. Like, I think that's what made life so hard playing that game. Like, it literally was a grind. That game was a grind. Like, as soon as you log in, you knew the game was grindy. You knew what you were in for the day. And a lot of times it's really just, you can go months without getting any real progress on your account. And I think that could potentially make it really frustrating for people. Whereas this game, you know, it's a little bit, it's definitely easier, and that's the crazy part. Like, this game is still grindy, right? We all know this game is grindy, but comparatively speaking, there's nothing to really actually grind for in terms of gambling. That game was all gambling. Same thing with Epic 7. Because it's the same concept. I felt like Epic 7 was just an updated version of Summoner's War. You're grinding for armor, and then the armor will have specific stats that you're trying to roll for the best. And it's so tedious in that sense. But this game, you have your set stats. You do have to re-roll a few times sometimes with the hammers, but the equipment are nothing near like, it's nothing near like the crap that we had to go through in Summoner's War. So what about you, Mike? I'm guessing based on the way you're chatting, you're still playing the game, yeah? You're still playing Year 7? By the way, I was one of the originator, well, not originator, but one of the persons that played Summoner's War when it first came out. Like, right when it came out, I started playing it. I mean, at that time, that was definitely one of the best games. Like, that was one of the best games that came out. So after this run, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna log out and log into my free-to-play account, and then I'm gonna log into my phone, and then help Ellen on my phone so I don't disconnect. I think this works. Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, maybe I should have switched. The Scion card is, I guess, as good as the Trousseau, or maybe one of them is better than the other. So we got a lot of people helping her out. That's great, guys. Thank you for doing this. I think after this, I gotta take a break and then come back and start farming a lot of the light element items while I'm doing after I do some more raids. I'm quite honestly, if I stop raiding today, I'm fine because I farm enough metals, I think, to buy whatever it is that I need. Yeah, congratulations, Ellen. I know we've done this for you before. I think it's a few other raids that were pretty rough. You know, that's crazy. I wish I had my information so I can log into my old game and start playing again. Because, oh, congratulations! I had Tiana and Zyros. And so my account was pretty decked, but the problem was I quit and now I don't remember my password. I don't remember anything on that. I wonder what my email address on it was. I kind of wish I remembered, then I would at least log into the game and then maybe start playing. Yeah, Tiana is so good. Yeah, like if you're invested into Summoner's War, there's no reason to walk away. It's still a good enough game, you know. Okay, I'm gonna log out, and then I'm gonna just log into my free-to-play account, and then I'll get the password. Because I have a feeling I'm gonna crash. I can switch to whatever card we need. It's Friday. Okay, yeah, no problem, Jerry. I think we're good. You have Scion too. I kind of regret not getting Scion. Scion was a good card. Ronti, if you're going after all those different units they're offering in the game, in terms of lower rarity, I personally really enjoy Light. I really enjoy Light. Given the fact that Yuna finally is here, you have solid tanks, you have solid support, you have solid healers, and you have good DPS. That's everything you need. The other elements seems like they need more boost. You know what I mean? Like there needs to be more boost. Like water just got really, really strong. But water probably still needs a really solid tank. They don't have a really good tank. You are definitely right about rune grinding though. What's playing Final Fantasy while listening to the stream? Yeah, like I do miss Summoner's War. Like when when I was doing one of those ad viewing for War of Divisions, I saw Summoner's War show the 7-year anniversary, and I was like, damn, I wish I'd be still playing this game. That'd be the only game I ever played in my entire life that is 7 years. Like I didn't even grind that much for World of Warcraft or any other MMOs, but Summoner's War would have been the only game that I would have played for 7 years. I remember climbing the tower. That was very rewarding. And I would remember I would save up all my scrolls every 3 months until the rate boosts for whatever monster I wanted out of those little box things. You can go with any card. I think Scion and then going with the Octopus is probably our best bet. But yeah, maybe I should try to get my Summoner's Wars account back. I don't even remember what email I used. Because I don't think it was the email that I used for... I don't think it's the email that I use now. I think I... Actually, it maybe is. I should really look into it. You know what? I should just download it right now. You know what? Let's download it right now. Let's look up Summoner's War right now. The sole reason I got Scion was for Yuna because of Yuna hype. That makes sense. Yes, finishing TOA was so exciting. I remember like it was like an actual boss fight. Remember that? Like when you fought the boss and then each month it was something different. Well, like the boss later on when they introduced the hard mode where the boss had those little split things. No, Mike. I'm just gonna see if I can recover my account. I spent $300 on Final Fantasy X event and they refused to give me. What did they refuse to give you? Nash Tater, are you serious? No, Ben, I'm not gonna play Summoner's War. I just want to see if I can recover my account. That's all. You need to close the extra other events you're playing. It's taxing your system. Yeah, you're right. I probably should. Why are you probably crashing? I even did the pay banners and still didn't pull. Oh, I mean, that's not too bad. Like, I never got Baphomet. Like, seriously, I never got it. I never got it during the banner. I mean, a lot of you guys probably saw me pull live, so for me it was just that. What is this? Allow summoner to manage phone calls. What? No, I don't want you to manage. Why do I want them to make phone calls on my phone? What is this? You are not making phone calls. What the hell? All right, so what is this? 303. 300 million. I just have to force myself to stop. Yeah, I never got Baja. I got Baja. I got Baja during the stream, and that was that. Oh man, how did this work? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cover up my my camera here for a second. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go be right back real quick. What are my thoughts on Whisper? She seems very versatile to me, but her ranking is low on all tier lists. So Whisper is low tier list because of the fact that she requires a lot of dedication. What the hell? I'll worry about Summoner's Wars later. But yeah, they give her a low ranking because it's not a very free to play friendly unit. You will have to essentially dedicate a lot of your effort, both time, resources, and whatnot, to get her to be where she needs to be. That's why she's low ranking, not because she's a bad character. I think when I first saw Nerd and I rank her so low, that's why. I didn't watch the video, but I saw the thumbnail. And I kind of made the same question why it was such low ranking. But I think over on JP, they kind of do the same thing because she requires so much effort. It's kind of like, you know, it's like you buy like a nice car and then you have to put so much extra stuff into it. That's kind of like how Whisper is. And you can make her nullify slash damage. You can make her nullify whatever other damage you're going after. But think about it, you need all those vision cards and all those other stuff to make her work. And generally speaking, not everybody can do that. And it's very grindy to gain all those things. But other than that, I think Whisper is one of the better units in the whole game. So if you're a heavy spender in the game, my recommendation is she is probably one of your better units to actually build. Because you're already kind of putting in a lot of your effort and resources, like in this case, like cash, and getting those equipments and cards and whatever anyways. So she's essentially the best vessel for all of those investments that you've made. Yeah, you can essentially use her as a breaker when she's a knight, or you can use her as a tank. In a lot of situations, she serves a purpose as a tank. She can literally take slash, like right now, like everyone, a lot of people are using slash damage. You can bring her in as a tank and if you have all the stuff necessary to bring her to 100% slash resistance, you're just gonna watch people do 1 damage to Whisper. And you're gonna just steamroll the enemy defense, you know, given the fact that your 2 other units can do the damage. It's pretty insane. Like, I think that I don't know if you watch other YouTubers or whatever, but Cabbage, he's a huge fan of Whisper, and he used to make a lot of videos showcasing Whisper just taking 1 damage. So it looks like we got everybody. We're good. So yeah, so definitely check his videos out if you haven't done so. Kind of just look back in his what's the word I'm looking for? I'm getting old. I'm getting tired and old right now. So it's archive. Look in his archive, and you should be able to find a lot of Whisper videos. And that's one of his favorite units. But then again, he's like a whale himself. So on the JP, not everybody enjoys building Whisper because it's so hard. Yeah, in PvP it's not as friendly because of the fact that you're essentially have to only target specific teams. In live PvP, she's not that great because you can't really target someone. Yeah, you can't target anyone in match play, so that's the hard part. But in Guild Wars, it's also very hard to do because essentially you can only attack certain teams. So she's super niche, right? She's super niche in that sense. In most PvE content, like the brutal stuff and the towers, she won't be really that useful because of the fact that if you're targeting one resistance, you're essentially pigeonholing yourself to take massive damage from the other types of attack. And so far, I haven't seen any brutal content that's purely one type of damage. Maybe in raids, I guess you could actually do that, but you know, there are other units that serve that purpose. So essentially, Whisper is one of those kind of units that you would like to build for fun, more or less. Yeah, sorry, I'm here. You're still seeing the BRB screen. My bad. For some reason, I canceled it, so I'm just gonna worry about it later. That was my bad. Good reminder, Ben. My apologies. So hopefully that answers your question. I think Whisper is a great unit. She works really well with her two sisters, though. That makes for fun content. Actually, Ben right here, he has all three of those units built pretty nicely. So I think he really enjoys those two units. For me, like, I have them built on my free-to-play account, but I really just don't. I just seriously lack the. I can show you here. I just lack the gear for them. Let's take a look. Here's my Whisper. We can take a look at the details. Look at this. This is all base. Look at all her stats. Insane. Right there. So look at this. Base stats 40% magic. Everything across the board is 30. Her only weakness is that her HP is fairly low. And then her sisters are all really good. She's really, really good. Murmur is actually one of the better units to take to level 120. A lot of people actually want a UR version of Murmur. I personally don't want that because I think the three sisters just need to be where they are. And then, of course, Grace is one of the best units in the entire game in terms of just the MR quality. Like, she's essentially a UR quality unit. Hidden in an MR body. Like, she's that good. She's just amazing. Like, this is always the unit that I recommend building if you don't want to go the UR route in terms of beginning player, in terms of supporting unit. She's really good. And then that's the beauty of the sisters. I call them Trinity sisters because look at this. They all have insane stats. They all have insane resistant types and elemental resistance. And I think Murmur is the same way. As you can see, all three of mine are 99. So yeah. Look at hers is 67%. Hey Zena, how you doing? She is, Jerry. Like, Whisper is a meme, but only if you're dedicated into it. I just did it because I had nothing else to do. And of course, I was doing my free-to-play account for content for YouTube, right? So I decided to build all three sisters. It's kind of ironic that Murmur is actually 10% weak to wind. Because they should be all strong 10% to everybody, but that's just my opinion. Look at this. 55% strong to strike, 67% strong to magic. It's so easy to get her magic to 100%. All you need is one buff from the magic resistance from the Spellblade class. Boom, she's 100%. Yeah, the sisters, the Trinity, man, they are sick. Look, that, and that. Like those three, like if you target one specific like type of attack, you're good. Like just send all three in with 100% resistance against something, you're golden. Hey Roar, how you doing? Good evening to you. Chilling on the raid right now, taking a break from competing. You know, like half the people in the chat are like saying they're super high rank in the raid. I think the highest I climbed was 2000 and then I stopped. Like today I'm taking like a couple hour breaks for streaming purposes, but we're helping someone in chat. We're helping Ellen get to level 100. Right now we're on 92, so 7 more. And once we're done with that, I'm going to cut the stream off, obviously. I'm way beyond my normal streaming times. But 1 a.m. is usually where I want to stop. Can't just do 2 in a row. TOR took too much effort. I know. TOR was pretty rough. Like, TOR was rough. I didn't even try it super hard, but I realized I was running out of time towards the end. You know, like I was just barely making it. And that was 2 weeks. But to be fair, these events are optional, you know? People don't have to actually do them. You're not gonna lose out on something. Like, the way I look at it is like this game, you can, I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're competing for the top, that's something to do in its own right already. But if you're not competing for the top for the event, you can completely skip them or just do like literally the bare minimum. And you know, you can still be okay. Like this free-to-play account, I managed to defeat every continent with the exception of last Porcelain Tower. That's the only thing I skipped. And I haven't skipped anything other than that for this account. And then now I'm skipping raids. Essentially, I'm skipping TOR. I'm skipping Porcelain Tower. And I'm skipping a lot of things, right? I don't really play this account as much as I should anymore because there's no reason to. I kind of just like enjoy certain things that I don't have on the main, but now like my main account literally has almost everything. What is FOMO? What is that? Fear of something. Yeah, I do, but this is my free-to-play account, so I don't worry too much about it. I think there's alternative gears to everything in the game. I think the UR versions are just going to be the best, but if you don't have the best, it doesn't mean you can't perform the best. Because unless you're like super hard guild, oh, fear of missing out. So if you're like super hardcore guild, or you want to be the best in arena, you want to be the best in this and that, then yes, you should be grinding and spending the time to keep up. But I think that's kind of the thing, right? People have this mentality that they need to keep up. I think that's the proper term. I actually never heard of fear of missing out. Dude, I must be super old or something, or I just don't keep up with certain acronyms. But that's probably an acronym that's not even that, whatever. But in realistic ways, it's like, if you start deciding that you don't want to keep up, then you prepare. You have to have that mentality for it, I think. I don't keep up, by the way. I never keep up. Like in Guild Wars, I just get crushed by a lot of teams because they have the best stuff. I don't. So, but I don't mind doing the cleanup duty because somebody has to do the cleanup duty, right? You can't have every player in your guild doing 6 points every Guild Wars. It doesn't seem realistic to me. Like if that's something you aim for when you play this game, like I give kudos to people that think that way because I don't think that way anymore. But if that's something you can afford to do, it is what it is, right? It's fun and then it's challenging, and a lot of people enjoy the competitive nature of it. Then go for it. I say go for it. And I think getting the materials and the equipment, whatever, is just secondary, right? Because you're actually competing to be in the top somehow. Whereas a lot of people are based on that acronym, fear of missing out. They're fearing like, oh my god, I'm not gonna get this item. I'm gonna be so behind in the curve or whatever. But then you're asking yourself, what exactly are you investing your time and effort for, right? Because if you're a free to play player, light spender, or even a medium spender, it's still very hard to compete against people such as Maverick. Right? We've seen how Maverick literally owns everything in the game. Everything's maxed. He has everything. And so he has probably spent like, I don't know, I'm guessing 20, 30, 50 grand, whatever it is. And then you have to ask yourself, are you really competing against someone like him or others that are like him? If that's what you're doing, then you got to prepare to spend. If you can afford it, go for it. I see. That makes sense then. Fear of missing out. Yeah, that makes sense. Like I keep going back to the concept of burning out, and actually I thought about making a video today with the concept of addiction. Right, addiction is a real thing with a lot of things, right? But I was a little hesitant because I feel like that may be a little bit too much. So maybe I'll talk about it maybe next week, because given the fact that the raid is over, the TOR is over, and they were back to backs. I think Xena made a good point, is the fact that if you're competing hardcore in both, it's not addiction by any means, but addiction could be part of certain things. Like you could be addicted to the idea of competition. Some people are addicted to that. And addiction doesn't necessarily have to, I think it's kind of like the word grind. People associate it with a negative way, but it doesn't have to be, right? You could be addicted to love. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of things, I guess if people start busting out the word addiction, it's an automatic negative connotation. But I think you could be addicted to a lot of good stuff. You could be addicted to doing good to humanity. That's a good addiction to have. You could be addicted to giving. That's not a bad addiction. I can think of other good ones, but generally speaking, I think I'm the type of person that when I get addicted to something, it's because I'm really involved. I really want to just literally spend all my time on something, right? Like for example, when I started playing Magic the Gathering, I was super addicted. I couldn't stop, man. Like I couldn't stop playing. I would spend my money on buying cards and building decks and go online and read stuff, and it was just like super addiction. I was addicted. And I think I have addictive personality. I think that's fair to say, though. Some people just have a addiction to something that they're into. You just want to spend all your waking moments. And I think that's probably why like a lot of people spend 48, 72 hours playing like online games and things, is because at that moment they just can't get enough, right? And it's not necessarily a bad thing sometimes, right? It's not necessarily bad sometimes. Because that type of, and I like to use the word infatuation, because think about it, like we all like, when we first met someone we want to be with romantically, we get infatuated. It's essentially you're addicted to that person. You can't wait to go out with them again and things like that, right? So it's like, maybe it's not like the best analogy for addiction, but it's somewhat, it can be interpreted that way. But like everything, a lot of times those feelings they kind of start waning, so it's kind of like they fade. I could say when I get into a new game, I play a lot, spend a lot of time, but then after a while, when everything becomes the same, everything becomes routine, you kind of get tired of it and you kind of walk away. And I think a lot of people feel that way about World Divisions, right? When the game first came out, people are like, wow, this game is awesome. Final Fantasy Tactics, collaboration, this and that. But after a while, they realize the grind is kind of pretty tough, and they just realize they need to walk away. And maybe that's actually a good topic to talk about, how to get players back into the game, how to get people involved in the community. I think that's a good way to that's a good topic to cover, actually. Like, instead of the addiction topic, think of that instead, like how to get people more engaged. All right, we're on level 94. So a few more levels. So anyways, Yuna DPS, Sakura Stun, Sleepy Chains, Elia Holy. Yeah, we've probably seen a lot of people like in Arena. It seems like it's super active. Actually, let's take a look at Arena. I don't really do Arena anymore on my free-to-play account. A lot of you guys probably noticed I completely abandoned like Arena Showcase and things like that. But you see still a lot of good accounts that are still kind of competitive even in the 19,000s. So I think that's a great sign. Ooh, Porcelain Tower weekly? Ugh, I don't think I'll be down for that, man. Expectation management. Big thing people need to really work on. Yeah, expectations. Expectations is it's something that I think made one guy I know walk away from War of Vin because I beat him in PvP as a free-to-play player. I lost a free-to-play player. In fact, I have footage of my main account losing to my free-to-play account in Arena. So I didn't quit the game, but yeah, I could see that happening, being all angry. Like, there were moments where I lost to teams that were free-to-play accounts, I think, because they didn't have like all maxed out vision cards or whatever. I was really pissed, but after a while I started thinking about it. It's like, yeah, it's not really that big of a deal, you know. But let's take a look a little bit while we're hanging out, while we're helping Ellen there. So this is kind of what I'm doing on the free-to-play account. My fire team is super sick. Look at this. Fire, 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 fire. I have a lot of good fire teams. A lot of good fire units. Essentially, this is a comp right here. You can like build this comp or this comp and maybe have Luartha. I was going to start working on her as well and just essentially have my 5 units of fire. But this is kind of like where I'm leaning towards. This is the kind of the makeup I'm going for. But this account, I'm not going to do any selection quests. So I'm not worrying about any lower rarity units. And I'm only going to think about it on my main account. So, you know, that's something to think about for those of you out there who don't care too much about selection units and you don't care about lower rarity units. Come to think of it, yes, these are the only 5 lower rarity units. That's kind of a terrible design, if you ask me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, in fact, I am crafting my third smart code. I want to craft 2 more +5s. That's my goal because I want everyone I have to have magic resistance. So if you are going to farm right now, the smart code is a great time to do so. It's definitely one of the better armor in the game because I think anybody who can wear cloth, which is a lot of units, 21 spirit and 8 magic resistance is very, very strong. Man, I'm getting really, really hungry. I'm really running low on energy here. You know, there's people out there that stream 24 hours. I'm assuming they take a lot of breaks because if they don't, that would be pretty insane, actually. So for me, I don't really have to do light, and I don't have to do lightning. Did Ellen? Oh, there we go. 952. So we're at 96. Yeah, you still got a few days left to farm, and I think Brutal is very easy. So if you host a room, you should have plenty. You should have a lot of people come in with like Yunas and Halloween Little Leelas, and they should be able to tear through that event very quickly. I'm really enjoying Niv so much. She is really, really, really good. Like, she is so fast, and she can just deal tons of damage very quickly. Like, damage just adds on. So I'm definitely trying to get ready for Final Fantasy Tactics. I have 1 Final Fantasy Tactics unit in my barracks at all times to keep farming the shard. And as a free-to-play player, it's very difficult to get these units up. So I'm just going to keep farming these every single day to take the slots. And of course, I have 1 slot open because I don't need to build every single limited units on this account. So this, I'm just going to save 1 slot for essentially any of the normal units, I guess, in the game. I think smart code, I was thinking about making another one because I have 1 + 5, right? On the free-to-play account, and I just love it. This is definitely one of my favorite armors. I was even like doing this back in the days, getting a +3. But yeah, if you can farm a bunch of smart code, this is the way to go. That's just a really good coat. How many do I have now? I think so I have 9. So yeah, I need to get some more of this. And then Fies, Lacerna, Smart Code, those are all really good. Sage Hat, they're all good to craft extra ones if possible. So I'm all in on Titus on this account. I got the Vision card. I got the Vision card maxed. And I'll probably finish this Vision card too when I get the chance. So let's see, we're on 96 and we have 4 turns left. 97, 98, 99, 100. So 4 more. So yeah, the free-to-play account is looking pretty good. I've been playing this for what, a year now, obviously. So I have a few vision cards maxed, and then idealistically speaking, if you really went hard on every good vision card that came out, you should probably get one a month. I think that's reasonable. It's either one UR vision card or one UR unit-ish, give or take. Like maybe per month, you should max. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 6. So that's not too shabby, right? Considering what I've done. One. And so for this, let's go ahead and do rarity real quick. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I have 13 units maxed and 6 vision cards maxed. So that's what, 20? So that's not too bad though. You know, a lot of it has to do with luck as well. And of course, the game has been very generous in terms of allowing us to build certain things faster than when the game was first out, right? But I think having more than that is kind of essentially moot point at this time, because now we're leaning towards maybe building lower rarity units, and you don't need to have every single one of these units built, you know, because a lot of times it's just for show, perhaps. I don't know, not necessarily for show. I don't know, to be honest, I don't know why I built so many fire units. I got her though on a very lucky pull. And then I got him while trying to summon for Agrius. Or did I skip Agrius? Something happened along the way. Delita just fell in my lap, so I just finished him. And of course, Rain is sort of a must own, and then Raldor I actually wanted because I wanted to play with him and then not necessarily summon him on the main account. So this account is essentially all fire, and then now water, I guess. But I tell you, man, if I was to go back in time, I probably wouldn't be playing with 2 accounts. It seems very tough to play with too many accounts. It's just too much. So let's see where I'm at in terms of raid. I think I'm on level 81, so. And that's just kind of like playing in the background and spinning orbs, because it doesn't really matter all that much. And this is a kind of like the team I'm going for here. This is a team. I think I had it where he's here, he's here, and he's here. I think I had it set up this way. It doesn't full clear. It doesn't full clear. It's tough, man. Like it's so time consuming trying to play so many accounts, you know. But it's very rewarding, because then at least one account you can just concentrate on something. Like you don't have to like you don't need to have everything. Like this allows people to essentially play with different stuff. You know what I mean? Like you can play, for example, if you're going after Auron on just one on my free-to-play account, I could have done that, you know, and then never have to think about Auron ever again on my main account, even if the option presented itself later on, you know. And that's one way to do it, you know. Like we're not all rich. Trying to dual clear with 120 Titans and 90 Eldara. Really? Locked? I'm very impressed with Locked. Like he's very impressive. Like his thinking and strategy is very impressive. I gotta give him that. Yeah, I essentially give up playing a lot of events on my free to play. It's just physically impossible, you know. A lot of times I just use my free-to-play account to farm things with my main account. That's just what I do. Farm for items, you know? Because it's much faster if you just did that rather than like go in multiplayer, even though you're helping a lot of people out if you do multiplayer. But you got people who don't like, if people use like auto stuff, that's fine. But a lot of people, if they don't, they take so long to get back into their rooms and stuff like that. So we're what, on 97, 98 now? So I got a lot of orbs, so I can blow them. Learn YOLO Uno for lock video too, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna go check that out. Like, if he's soloing the raid, then then this event is, I don't want to use the word joke, but it's definitely very, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, you know what I mean? Like, some people might get angry at that idea. Some people might think it's awesome. I think it's awesome because, like, if you can totally get Yuna on your free-to-play account. Like, my fiance got Yuna and Bahamut, very luckily, she got both, you know? And now she can actually get both to level maxed, you know? And so it's kind of like, you could totally do it. It's just a matter of being lucky. Yeah, that's weird. Like, Tyrell made the comeback, but yeah, didn't get the didn't get it. I mean, I guess I should have farmed the shards, right? Because I'm not even playing that event this week. It's kind of a shame that they gave us the raid in that event. Like, imagine if Tyrell was EX. Like, some people will like consider doing that. Oh. Oh, hey, let's do this. Here's a password. And if you guys want some free flan action, come on in. I guess I'll use Mediana because I don't have anybody else. So 6454, if you guys want to come hang out and get some flan action. We're almost done here. Let's see. What is that? 98. So that was 98. Tyrell's Trustmaster is really good. Sorry, folks. I'm the only one on the free-to-play account who doesn't have Yuna, but the Princess Flan is so easy. Like, on level 10, I can solo clear it with tons of things. Yeah, like the Princess Flan, for some weird reason, was super easy. Don't get me wrong, this is not a complaint. When I say it's super easy, that's great, because I love super easy, right? The devs don't need to like make it harder for us. Keep it real. Keep it real and simple for us. Look at that damage. I think Garble would have been great too, but I don't have Garble built. That's not bad. 5,500 for a Blitzga or whatever. Blizzaga. No, you're fine. We're almost done. That's a great way to get some extra heals. It's just to keep hitting him with a bonus attack, melee attack. Yeah, I agree, Mike. I think that was probably like a good way that they did it. Making a crappy raid when they're trying to get more beginning players would seem very off-putting. Like, that would be a terrible idea to do, you know? But for me, it's like I'm really just farming the raid on my free-to-play account. Just kind of like something to do. It's you know, because I realize this raid is a lot easier, and so it's kind of like you know, I'm just doing it because it's something I can do on the computer while I watch my shows and stuff like that. I probably need to update to a new phone as well. Like, I seriously feel like I need to update to a new phone. Like, this phone's been with me for a very long time. I think I have the 7. I think we're up to like 12 now or something insane. Yeah, because like you can do it with Titus, right? I think Locke put out a video. You can do it with Titus and Eldira. Both are free units, right? I mean, obviously, if you're a beginning player, now you're not going to be able to do it, but it's just proof that you can invest in certain units and still be rewarded without having to spend a lot of money or any money. Am I gonna like crash? Because it's giving me signs that it wants to crash. I really hope Venera... Didn't she just get the treatment? Like, supposedly she's not as good. She's fallen off a little bit, but I was really hoping Venera will get really nice. I like her a lot, but all right, that was 99. So just one more, guys. So we're up to 100. I have 7 plus. What does that mean? You have 7 plus? I have 7 too. You have 7? Like 7 accounts? Thing is, I don't even care if I crash, you know, because those orbs regenerate. And I don't really use the orbs fast enough. All right, folks. Oh, iPhone. Never mind. Yeah, you're right. I was gonna say 7 accounts. That's too much. But yeah, I have to 7. 7 plus, I think. Yeah. No, you're right, because I didn't connect the dots. Yeah, I need to update. I don't know where we're at in terms of the new iPhone. Maybe 12, 13. Maybe I'll get the 13, or maybe I'll just get 12. All right, so this is the last run. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I was just I should have figured out what you were saying. I just wasn't connecting the dots. I did say 7. Yeah, you're right. So I want to make sure I've done everything on this free to play account. And then I'm done for the night. As far as is this. Oh, I got my energy. Oh, no, I got to do the chambers. So let's do the chambers. Yep, no problem. So after this run for Ellen, I'm gonna log off. I want to thank you guys for coming. I think it was a great stream. I think anytime I stream, I always have a lot of fun. I think that's what keeps me kind of going as far as YouTube, because video creation is kind of like sometimes you have inspirations, and there are days where I just have like no idea in my brain what I want to make in terms of content. So I think that's something I really need to make sure that I know consistency is important, but you know, sometimes you just don't have any idea what you want to do for the day, you know. And I think a lot of people probably pre-make videos. Like I already have my video set up for tomorrow to release since I missed Thursday. And I think what I'm going to do in the future is most likely just kind of have a bunch of videos recorded anticipating things. I think moving forward, all I really want to do is review things. I'm just going to do review videos, because I think those people like to watch those, you know, people are more enjoying those type of videos. So I think that's what I'm going to do. A lot of review videos of things and just give you my perspective on things like that, rather than, you know, do too much extra, because I think people don't like to see too much extra. So, all right, folks, I want to thank you all for coming. I want to hope you guys all have a great weekend. I will see you guys first thing on Monday. Take care, guys. As always, enjoy your weekend.